The NCHSAA 2A State Championships featuring Reidsville and Northwood and your Pennrose Carwash Kooler Ice pregame show will start in 2 minutes. Tonight's Pennrose Carwash Kooler Ice pregame show and Reidsville's defense of the state title will start in 1 minute and 30 seconds right here on Roco Radio. Tonight's state title matchup between Northwood and your Reidsville Rams, starting with your Pennrose Carwash Kooler Ice pregame show, will start in 1 minute. Roco Radio presents the 2A State Championship. Your Reidsville Rams and the Northwood Chargers. Our pregame show begins in just under 30 seconds. The following is a presentation of Roco Radio Sports. The final game. A title defense that gives the mighty Rams of Reidsville a chance to repeat as champions on the hardwood for the first time in program history. Tonight, after a monstrous win over Bandies in the regional finals, the only undefeated team standing in the state of North Carolina looks to finish the job and cement their legacy with back-to-back perfect seasons.
Just past the timeline for Neal. He's covered by the senior Dominic Robinson. Far side elbow into the lane. A disruptive slam with two hands. Kendra Harrison on the feed from Deontay Neal. He's got four to enter. Enters passes Aaron. It's stolen by the Rams. Neal on the far side. Past the timeline right to left. Stop on the wing. Crossover move. Deontay Neal finger roll.
And one, baby.
Heading to the line is Neal.
And one. Let's go.
To the baseline on the drive. Doesn't get the bucket. Rebound. Harrison on the far side. It's a fast 2-on-1 break. J9 the reverse. Doesn't fall. Harrison the putback slam.
Putback.
One on the far side for two. It's tipped up. Saved by
Robinson.
In the hands of Neal. One hand. Open paint and a two-handed jammer. A Rama jammer. Boom shakalaka. Janiyah Sharp. Bounce pass back to the point guard Neal on the near side wing. Dominic Robinson is screened by Harrison. Opens the baseline for Neal. Dish it in the corner. J9 three. Got it! J9. Mr. Big Shot. 13 seconds on the clock. Count it down. Inside single digits now here in the regional final. Clock hits 3, 2, 1. The Reidsville Rams are state championship game bound for the third straight season.
Sure, the Rams are regional champs, but as Kendra Harrison said after the game, there's only one way to feel heading into Saturday. Job's not finished. Standing in the Rams' way, the 30-2 Northwood Chargers, winners of 19 straight, the number 3 seed in the 2A East, finds their way to a state championship game for the second time in the last 3 seasons. Tonight, from Lawrence Joel Veterans Coliseum in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, the 2A NCHSAA State Championship. It's the Northwood Chargers and your mighty Rams of Reidsville. Right here, right now, on Roco Radio and RocoRadio.com. Tonight's game and our playoff coverage is brought to you thanks to our wonderful sponsors, whose passion is to highlight the student athletes across our area and the coaches that help mentor them on and off the court. Tonight's game is brought to you by Pennrose Carwash, voted #1 car wash in Rockingham County. Pennrose Carwash at 1509 South Scales has been serving the Reidsville and surrounding area for over 50 years. Established in 1970 by well-known entrepreneur Leo Rentz, this popular venue welcomes everyone. Pennrose Carwash, open 24/7, and find us on Facebook, celebrating our 55th anniversary in the City of Champions. Pennrose Carwash, voted #1 Rockingham County Car Wash, 3 years in a row. Tonight's game is brought to you by Kooler Ice. Looking for a fresh ice and water option that's ready when you are? Kooler Ice is countywide. Find fresh ice and water at Little Caesars Pizza in Mayodan, 6734 NC 135 across from Walmart. And visit our local Kooler Ice dispenser at Shules Home, 1635 Freeway Drive in Reidsville. And for all your ice and water needs, you can also find us at Pennrose Carwash in Reidsville at 1509 South Scale Street, or Two Rivers Plaza in Eden at 307 West Meadow Road. Get Kooler Ice, great tasting, fresh ice, available 24/7 at all 4 locations, 16 pounds or 32 pounds. Plus premium water by the gallon or 5 gallons at Kooler Ice, fresh and ready when you are. Tonight's game is brought to you by Ancora Compassionate Care, formerly known as Hospice of Rockingham County. Their name changed in late 2023, but they're the same community-based, mission-focused hospice and palliative care provider the community has known since 1987, providing specialized care for those coping with serious illness. Ancora's mission is to be a supportive presence for life's journey. When greater comfort and support matter most, choose Ancora Compassionate Care. They'll always be there because they've always been here. To learn more about how Ancora can support you, visit AncoraCC.org. Just as they are a supportive presence for life's journey, Ancora Compassionate Care is proud to support the Reidsville Rams on their postseason journey. Tonight's game is brought to you by our friends at Rockingham Update, the community source for local programming, government meeting coverage, community events, promotion and broadcast, local nonprofit news, and so much more. Providing digital community news on all platforms since 2007, RockinghamUpdate.com aims to serve Rockingham County with the dependable information and coverage it deserves. For local programming, visit RockinghamUpdate.tv, your #1 IPTV station in Rockingham County. We now take you courtside at Lawrence Joel Veterans Memorial Coliseum for tonight's 2A State Championship matchup, starting with your Pennrose Carwash and Kooler Ice pregame show.
The magic number is 1 at Lawrence Joel Veterans Coliseum. The Reidsville Rams just 1 win away from defending their state championship. 1 win away from moving to 60 straight wins over the last 2 years. Joe Dexter alongside Jonathan Hatley and David Woods. We're on the baseline for tonight's state championship matchup. It's the Reidsville Rams at 30-0 and the 30-2 Northwood Chargers. Guys, we've been waiting all year for this moment. It is here. How you feeling?
Oh, man, I'm feeling great, man, a.k.a. Chris Collinsworth over here. We taking care of business. Let's go. I seen that, Jeff Webster.
Man. How you feeling, Hatley? How you feeling about this one?
Oh, wow. This is just an amazing atmosphere. This crowd, I mean, wow. We've got as many here right now, it looks like, as they had for the 4A game.
Should be a good matchup. 30-2 Northwood versus 30-0 Reidsville. Let's take a look at the tail of the tape. The 6th state championship appearance for the Chargers. 0-5 overall with appearances in 2000, 2009, 2011, 2021, and 2023. 4 trips to the regional final in the last 6 seasons for the Chargers. For your Reidsville Rams, this is their 7th state title appearance, their 3rd consecutive appearance, 5-1 in those matchups. The first championship came in 1924. Old David Woods was just 2 years old. Reidsville 19, New Hanover 18 at the Tin Cup in 1924. Then in 1973, a win over Reynolds, 71-55, led by head coach Roy Isaacs, a 25-0 season. That game played at Grimsley. In 1994 was Reidsville 80, Parkland 79. That was Ron Parsons leading the 30-0 squad. MVP Clint Harrison. In 2003, Reidsville 86, West Columbus 60. That played at the Smith Center. Ron Parsons, the head coach, Jerome Simpson, the MVP, and last year, the overtime win for Reidsville over Farmville Central here at Lawrence Joel Veterans Memorial Coliseum, led by head coach Jason Ross with that 29-0 record. The MVP was Kendre Harrison. So let's start with our matchups. We start with Northwood. We take a look at the squad, 30-2 overall, 19 straight wins, 19-0 conference record in the Mid-Carolina, led by head coach Matt Brown in his 8th season, 178-42 record. That's an 81% winning percentage. What do you see, Hatley, in these Northwood Chargers?
They like to get out on transition, but they also like to slow the game down to a crawling pace. I mean, that's how they have held their opponents to 39.7 points against per game, is they bring the pace of the game way down except when they want to transition.
Yeah, when it comes to Northwood, I like to start off with Cam Flowers, man. He great touch, all-around shooter. Last night he ended up with 19 points. He's going to be tough to stop, man. I think, in my opinion, I think with Christian Scales, I think he would match up really good with him. He done a great job against Landon Vaughn last night, which he still ended up with 19, but that was a tough 19 points. And then you got Chad Graves, who is a 6'9" center. You're not going to see the like you did with Landon Vaughn last night. You're going to see basically a good post player, man. He can really throw it down. Just the dunk I seen last night, man, he absolutely tomahawked it one-handed. So, yeah, it's going to be – they're going to try to slow this game down for Reidsville for sure. But I think what they need to do, Reidsville needs to get out in transition, do what they do, make it a fast-paced game, and take care of business.
A playoff run is the number 3 seed in the 2A East. It started with big wins. South Granville, Southwest Onslow, the number 2 seed, a 59-44 win, defeating number 4 West Bladen in the regional final 57-38. That was a big performance for Northwood. It's a game that propels them here, Hatley, heading into this final.
Yeah, and we watched that game. They managed to shut down West Bladen's big man, Williams. And I'll tell you, he's been a beast all year, and they managed to, he got his, but he didn't kill him. And they're probably going to look to focus on Kendre tonight like they did against Williams.
When you look at the numbers, you break it down. It was 24-21 at the half against West Bladen. Then they went off offensively in the second half. In the third quarter, shot 6 of 9 from the floor, 1 of 1 from three-point land. And then in the fourth, 5 of 7 from the floor, 2 of 2 from downtown. Overall in the second half, shot lights out, 11 of 16, 69%. And that was really the difference in the game. And you mentioned Cam Fowler, the 1,000-point scorer for Northwood, averaging 21 points per game this playoffs. When you look at the numbers, though, for me, he's an athletic guy. Mm-hmm. When you look at what he can do on the floor, he's going to stretch the floor wherever they play him. He can play guard. He can play at power forward, which we saw against West Bladen. He can play anywhere. But one thing that he has not been able to do this playoff season, on the season, he's a 41% three-point shooter. He's made just 2 3-pointers this playoff, shooting 2 of 21 from deep. So the key for me is keep Fowler outside. Keep Fowler on the perimeter offensively, and if you can control him from finding the lane, from dishing it off, from getting to the basket, you're going to be in a good position.
Yeah, I think so too, man. I think, you got Cam Jones, 6'4". He's very athletic. You know what he's going to do. He's our defensive guy. And then you got Christian Scales, too, who is a 6'8", 6'9" athlete, man, who could play out in the wing, and he's pretty much a wing player. I think with those two guys right there, you take care of business with their size and their athleticism, and I think you could get a win tonight for sure.
Yeah, and then when Fowler does drive it in, you're going to have Kendre underneath protecting the rim.
Absolutely.
The 79-50 win for Reidsville. Big Kendre Harrison doing what he does, 26 points, 19 rebounds, had 11 rebounds alone in the second quarter. The difference in that game was that second frame. When you look and break it down, 8-0 in the fast break for Reidsville, and we talked about it throughout the pregame and heading into the matchup on the week. They got to control the paint and shut down Landon Vaughn. They owned the paint in the game, but they especially owned it in the second quarter. An 18-2 advantage in that frame. It gave them a 16-point lead at the half after a pretty even first quarter, and that really set the tone heading into the third. And just breaking down the offensive stats, the number to me that stands out in that second quarter beyond points in the paint is 13 offensive rebounds as a team in the second quarter, outdoing them by 9 in that frame.
So, you look at the points for Reidsville and the Bandies last night. You had Reidsville with 58 points in the paint to the Bandies 24. And then the second chance points, like you was talking about too, they had 18-8 with the rebound that they had last night too as well. But the second quarter and the fourth quarter was really the big-time difference. After the first quarter, it was 15-14 Reidsville. And then, it was 22-7 in the second. And then the fourth quarter, they scored 28 points to 14 from the Bandies, and they just took off after that. I think it was a little butt-chewing from Coach Ross. What do you think?
I think a little bit of that.
I think it had a little something to do with it.
And a little bit of just, let's put the Plain and the Jane out there right now. It is hard to contain this team. It's darn near impossible. You can do what you need to do defensively to try and keep certain players out of the game, but good luck stopping Zero. Good luck. And when you look at what he did in that matchup with his 26 points and 19 rebounds, it was not just second opportunities. It was not just sometimes third opportunities. There were moments where the Rams had 4 opportunities on offensive possession because of the rebounding. And we talk about the MVPs. We know what Deontay Neal can do as well and what he did in that matchup with 12 points and 8 assists and 3 steals. But for me, and I think you'll agree with me, Woodsy, the MVP was Christian Scales and how he played defensively on ball. Man,
he played absolutely lights out against Landon Vaughn. I mean, you could tell with just his facial expressions, his play, like he was so frustrated just because of the size and the athleticism of Christian Scales, man. He was absolutely on him. He was mauling him. And, Landon still got his. He got 19 points, but it was a tough 19 points to achieve for sure.
He essentially made Landon Vaughn a non-factor in that game, and, that's a 6'9" guy, and now they're having to face another 6'9" guy tonight. But this Graves is a lot – he's built different than Landon Vaughn.
But
I mean, let's just be honest. He's probably got 50 pounds on Vaughn.
But the one good, bright thing about tonight, too, is Graves has not attempted a three-point shot. So it's going to be a little bit different tonight.
Yeah, and Graves also is not a big-time scorer.
Yeah.
You know, Vaughn was their leading scorer. And Graves, he's getting, what is it? Right at 10 a game.
Yep.
He'll be their big stopper, though, defensively, the rim protector. That's what they use him for. That's what he did against Chase Williams of West Bladen, the Citadel recruit, one of the top post players in the state. He was able to shut him down alongside Fowler. What they like to do is let Graves camp in the paint, do what he does in the paint, and let Fowler use his athletic ability to switch on and off inside the interior, and they were able to frustrate Williams by doing that with the ball going in and out. Now, this Northwood team, though, they've got some good on-ball guards. They've got guys like Isaiah Blair and Bo Harvey that are experienced. They've been here before. As you look at this Northwood squad that played in the 3A state championship just 2 years ago in 2023, but they don't have the control, the experience. You want to talk about experience of Deontay Neal and Janiah Sharp. Deontay Neal with 2 state championship games under his belt with darn near 32 minutes in both games, as well as what's going to happen tonight. Janiah Sharp playing all 32 with 29 points last season in the state championship against Farmville Central, and Kentre Harrison in his 3rd state championship game, and he's been unbelievable in both performances as well. So it's a lot of experience as far as playing this playoffs for Northwood, but you look at the experience on the other side as the captains meet at midcourt. The captains for Reidsville, Brian Gwynn and Janiah Sharp tonight. That's, to me, is the difference in what we could see tonight.
Absolutely, for sure.
It's your Pennrose Carwash Kooler Ice pregame show, brought to you by Pennrose Carwash, voted #1 car wash in Rockingham County. Pennrose Carwash at 1509 South Scales has been serving the Reidsville and surrounding area for over 50 years. Established in 1970 by well-known entrepreneur Leo Rentz, this popular venue welcomes everyone. Pennrose Carwash, open 24/7, and find us on Facebook, celebrating our 55th anniversary. Pennrose Carwash, voted #1 Rockingham County Car Wash 3 years in a row. And Kooler Ice, looking for a fresh ice and water option that's ready when you are. Kooler Ice is countywide. Find fresh ice and water at Little Caesars Pizza in Mayodan at 6734 NC 135 across from Walmart. And visit our local Kooler Ice dispenser at Schul's Home, 1635 Freeway Drive in Reidsville. And for all your ice and water needs, you can also find us at Pennrose Carwash in Reidsville at 1509 South Scales or Two Rivers Plaza in Eden at 307 West Meadow Road. Get Kooler Ice, great tasting, fresh ice available 24/7 at all 4 locations, 16 pounds or 32 pounds, plus premium water by the gallon or 5 gallons. Kooler Ice, fresh and ready when you are. Ice so cold, it's cooler than my jump shot. And you know my jump shot's cold. I'm a wrestler.
Yeah, well, your jump shot's laying bricks over here. That's what it's doing.
my jump shot brings the glue, the cement, what is needed to lay the bricks, too. It brings it all for you.
The foundation.
Mine's probably not even touching rims, so don't even feel bad.
Just about 2 minutes, 30 seconds away from introductions here at Lawrence Joel Veterans Coliseum. It's Northwood at 30-2 and Reidsville at 30-0. One thing that I've been thinking about the last 2 days, guys, is this. Tonight, 2 things have been on my mind. As individuals, there are elite players for the Reidsville Rams. But tonight, they have a chance to do something in sports that is rarely ever done. Yes, I know last year it was done for this team. But as Coach Ross said in the post-game press conference following the game against Bandy's, winning is hard. It's not as easy as it looks. Tonight, elite players have a chance to come together and secure history, a legacy of perfection. How unbelievable is that?
When has it been done? You know, that's just one of those things. You just don't see it. 2 perfect seasons in a row. just insanity.
I've heard this comment several times, and pretty much people have said, hey, you can just roll the ball out there and just let this Reidsville team play, and you don't really need to coach them up. No. Let's take that back. Coach Ross, that's he's what keeps this thing going. You have to have a absolutely great coach in Coach Ross, man. He takes care of business. He keeps these guys in line, too. Kendra, yes, he's going to be the man. He's going to be good at Oregon when he goes there. Deontay Neal, he's going to be great wherever he goes. Cam Jones, the rest of the fellas as well. But, man, I'm going to tell you what. Having somebody like Coach Ross, man, to keep this organization, keep this team going, man, that's what you need.
The other thing that comes to mind as Northwood mimics Reidsville's pregame that they do every single game, jumping to the hoop. The other thing that comes to mind before we get to the Star Spangled Banner is the legacy of the seniors playing in their final game tonight. Janiah Sharp alongside Cam Jones, Brian Gwynn, Christian Scales. In what they've meant to Reidsville basketball, they have a chance to cement their legacy even further tonight. They've left quite a mark on Reidsville basketball. So we're just about ready for introductions in your Star Spangled Banner. We take you down to the floor here at Lawrence Joel Veterans Coliseum. It's the 2A state championship, Northwood and Reidsville.
Ladies and gentlemen, America celebrating its freedom and those who serve to protect it. Please rise if you're able and remove your hats and face the flag. For the city of our national before you. I once again serve.
Now we bring you the starting lineups. We go to the PA announcer here at Lawrence Joel.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Lawrence Joel Veterans Memorial Coliseum here on the campus of Wake Forest University. We're pleased to welcome you to this North Carolina High School Athletic Association Men's State Basketball Championship game. This game's in the 2A classification. It features the Reidsville Rams. The participants for this North Carolina Championship game.
flying of the Rams on the scoreboard as they're introduced as the West champions. Here we go with the starting lineups.
First the non-starter, number 4, Brian Quinn. Number 11, Trishawn Brown. Number 12, Frankie Galloway. Number 14, Chris Smith. Number 13, Mario Ingram. Number 20, Sarah Johnson. Number 24, Jordan Robinson. And number 34, Huckman Stein. Here's the starting five for the Reidsville Rams. Defending championship junior 0.
And here come the Northwood Chargers, introduced at midcourt. From Pittsburgh, North Carolina.
Junior number 3, Cam to the beginning of this state championship game, we'd like to recognize two players who have exhibited outstanding sportsmanship throughout the 2024-25 season. At this time, we'd like to ask these players to please come forward. From Reidsville, Brian Quinn. And from Northwood, Joe Harvey. Out on the floor, from the NCHSAA, Assistant Commissioners Brad Alford and Randall Jagobus. Brian and Burrow, on behalf of the NCHSAA and North Carolina Farm Bureau, we'd like to recognize your exemplary commitment to good sportsmanship this season. Congratulations, Brian Quinn and Bo Harvey.
Brian Quinn, your NCHSAA 2A West Sportsmanship Award winner, and rightfully so. A senior leader for this Rams squad.
And now, ladies and gentlemen,
I can't think of a kid that deserves it more.
As both teams around the sideline with high fives, shake hands before the game. And we get ready for tip-off. Your starters for tonight. We start with Northwood. Hayes Burleson gets to start the senior. Alongside guard Isaiah Blair, also a senior at 6'3". Bo Harvey will start for Northwood, the 6'1 senior at the point. Cam Fowler gets to start, the 6'5 junior, and the 6'9 junior center, Chad Graves. Northwood's led by Matt Brown, 178-42 record over 8 seasons, and 81% win percentage. And for your Reidsville Rams, at the point, Deontay Neal, the junior. Janiah Sharp at shooting guard. At the wing is Christian Scales, the senior. Cam Jones, the senior, at power forward. And Kendra Harrison is at center. Jason Ross in his 6th season, a 133-17 record and 89% win percentage. As we get you ready for the first quarter. The Rams have won 59 straight, looking to make it 60 to cap off a perfect season and back-to-back perfect campaigns. The 2A title belt is on the line, and the Rams look to be the reigning defending champions. When it's all said and done, standing in the way is the Northwood Chargers at 30-2 overall as both teams take the court. The Rams right in front of us here on the baseline. They'll move from right to left to start the first half in their blue away uniforms with gold numbering and lettering and white trim and gold trim as well.
All right, partners. One last time. Y'all ready to clock in?
Let's clock in. Here we go. Kendra Harrison against Isaiah Blair for the tip-off. Put 8 minutes on the clock. Here we go in the NCHSAA 2A Finals. So tip one to Harrison. Slow roller back to Neal. Covered by Blair, right out of it. Now in the corner to Scales. A 3 to start things off for Christian Scales on the near side wing.
And here we go.
From the right side for Scales. 3-0 lead for the Rams. Here we go in the 2A championship. Fowler on the wing on the left side, top of the key for Harvey. Bounce pass now to Blair, covered by Scales. Looking to Harvey on the baseline here on the right side. Bounce pass to Graves, who goes to the basket. It's off the front iron. Rebound Fowler down below over Jones, and we'll have a foul inside. I believe it will be Burleson heading to the line.
So it looks like the Northwood is going to start out in a 1-3-1 defensively from what I've seen. And we got Reidsville in the man-to-man.
It'll actually be Cam Fowler to the line. And he gets the first. Christian Scales got things started on the assist by Deontay Neal. A 3 on the right side of the floor from the corner. And now Fowler at the line makes the first. Second one isn't good, off the hands of Harrison. And it goes out of bounds, Reidsville way, off the hands of Graves. So Janiah Sharp to inbound on the left side baseline. Up the floor, right to left for the Rams here in the first half.
Looks like Isaiah Blair is going to pick up a little pressure right here.
Full court pressure on Neal, far sideline. Goes behind the back, now pass the timeline to Scales here on the right side. Right side corner 3 again for Scales. It's off the side of the rim, rebound to Fowler on the opposite side. On the left side, now up the floor. Stops just off the wing. Left side wing covered by Jones. Ball is loose now to the wing here near side for Harvey. He gets the 3. Now up the floor. Rams will look to answer. Neal stands at the logo. Top of the key now for Sharp. Looks 2 hands to Scales inside. Off on the one-hander. And a foul inside. Or will go out of bounds. They'll call it out of bounds.
Yeah, out of bounds, yep.
4-3 lead for Northwood. 7:02 to play here in the first. Glad to have you along on Roadco Radio and RoadcoRadio.com. Harvey handles the basketball. 2 steals to 2 turnovers per game. Neal with the full court pressure. They're trying to get past the timeline. It goes out of bounds and a turnover.
Full court pressure early.
Ball hits off the scorer's table. Now an inbound from the right sideline for Janiah Sharp. Bounce pass into Deontay Neal, middle of the floor at the Wake Forest logo. Crosses the timeline, picked up by Blair. On the wing, Jones looks right inside. Turner face with one hand for Harrison. Rebound to Fowler on the miss, right up the floor. Bounce pass inside for Blair. Sets it back out to the perimeter. Fowler loses the ball. It's stolen away by Jones, but Harvey recovers at midcourt over the court line, and it will be Reidsville basketball.
There's my man, boys.
Cam
Ron Jones.
Mama, he's in the house.
Sharp to inbound, just in front of the scorer's table here on the right side of the floor. Looking over to the far side for Scales, into the corner for Jones. Scales on the wing off the screen. It's a corner 3. Deontay Neal in and out. Swatted away by Graves and then picks it up on the rebound. Hands it off to his point guard, Blair. Blair, the bounce pass near side to Harvey on the wing at the NCHSAA logo. 4-3 lead for Northwood. Fowler looks over the far side. Burleson, now Blair off the screen on the far side wing. Top of the key, Harvey inside the paint to Fowler. At the free throw line, stops with the jumper. Off the front iron, skying for the rebound is Cameron Jones. Into the hands of Neal on the far sideline. Now to the middle of the court, top of the key for Neal. Looks in the lane with the... is knocked down.
Oh, no.
Hurt his knee.
Oh, no.
His knee is hurt. He's down. He's holding it. He's in obvious anguish.
Oh, no. I didn't see the replay. They showed it, but the fans were...
Yeah, the fans.
It must have been bad. I hope not.
Pretty bad reaction from them.
Coach Ross is out there. Trainers are out there with Deontay.
Come on, Deontay. Oh, he's tough.
He's
tough as nails, baby.
He's up
Let's
on
go.
his feet.
Let's go. There it is.
You know he doesn't want to come out of this game.
He does not.
Coach Ross will talk to the officials. He went to the lane. He was body, but no call. He'll limp here to the near sideline.
Let's see who checks in for him. I know he's going to sit a little bit.
Here
we got
comes Trayshawn Brown in the game
Brown
for the Rams.
And I imagine that J9's probably going to start bringing the ball up.
Okay, so Northwood ball. Here they come.
Burleson with the inbound. Up the floor now. Handed off to Fowler. Harvey from Fowler. Now Burleson to Blair. Inside to Fowler, turns. There's Harrison, the big wall. Agent Zero stops the entry out to Graves, who comes in the lane.
That's a charge.
Up the charge.
Good foul call as
Oh, yes.
Jones draws it.
I'm telling you, Cam, we already know. He's going to do the dirty work. He's going to take the charges. He's going to get down on the floor, loose balls.
And Deontay's coming back.
Brown to the bench, Neal back in the game. The crowd goes nuts. An absolute big crowd from Reidsville here tonight. Far side for J9. Past the timeline, now back to Neal. Neal will sit with it, ball on his hip. Now passes in the corner to Scales. Drive the baseline, kick it back out.
They got another foul on Graves. That's 2.
So what I'm seeing right now, Northwood is sticking with that 1-3-1.
Hey, attack that big boy.
On the corners, you're going to have some three-pointers open.
Inbound to Neal, gets it to Harrison on the wing. Now
There
in
it
the
is.
corner, Neal's wide
Come
open.
on, D.
3 is off the rim, rebound inside to Harvey, gets it over Harrison. Now up the floor. Passes it inside to Burleson. Pump fake. Now back out to the perimeter. Looking to drive as Harvey stops at the free throw line. Kick it out for three for Burleson. Off the side rim. One-handed rim rebound for Harrison. Up the floor for Neal. Looks into the hands of Jones. Open in the corners. J9 doesn't go to him. Now Deontay does on the wing. There's Harrison. Stops. Flung two.
Good jumper.
From the
Nice
baseline.
touch.
For Kentre Harrison gives the Rams a 1-point lead. 4:40 to play here in the first. Harvey switches hands. Now between the legs, covered by Neal. Hands it off to Blair. J9 right there despite the screen to try and stop.
Here we go. Showtime.
Wide open line. The big man, Agent Zero. Back-to-back buckets. 7-4. Here's Burleson. No look inside to Blair. The jumper falls. 7-6 Reidsville. Neal past the timeline. Sits here on the wing. Pass top of the key for Sharp.
It's in the corner. It's in the corner.
Corner look for Scales.
Pull it.
Scales for two. Off the rim. Side iron.
Come on,
rebound
guys. Somebody
to
get in
Harvey.
there.
Harvey, one-handed pass. Fowler with the crossover. Almost ripped away by Sharp. Top of the key, wide open. Look for Harvey. Got it. 9-7 Northwood. 3:41 to play here in the first. Blair with the full court pressure. 1 versus 1 on Neal. Now we'll see two cover him. Burleson with the coverage and a foul. A reach-in foul.
Josiah Brown and Camden Miller are going to go on for Northwood.
Looks like we'll have a timeout on the floor. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Pennrose Carwash, voted #1 car wash in Rockingham County. Pennrose Carwash at 1509 South Scales has been serving the Reidsville and surrounding area for over 50 years. Established in 1970 by well-known entrepreneur Leo Rentz, this popular venue welcomes everyone. Pennrose Carwash open 24/7 and find us on Facebook celebrating our 55th anniversary. Pennrose Carwash voted #1 Rockingham County Car Wash 3 years in a row. 3:32 to play here in the first. 9-7 lead for Northwood. 2 points for Blair. Harvey with 6. And for the Rams, Agent Zero with 4, 3 for Janias Sharp.
I tell you, Northwood, they're sticking with that 1-3-1. And from what I've seen, Scales.
Make that 3 for Scales, my bad.
Oh, you're good, you're good. And Scales and J9 has been open on the corners so far. I mean, if we can get Reidsville out in transition before they even set that 1-3-1 up, we're going to be good. But the one thing you have to do defensively, when they switch, they have to get out on the perimeter. They're leaving wide open shots out on the perimeter.
3:32 to play in the first. The inbound from Sharp. They're on the scorer's table side. Jones, the entry to Harrison, back out in the corner. Scales will drive instead of the 3. Top of the key for Neal. Bounce pass to the free throw line, back to the basket. Jones back out to Scales, who drives. Left side, one-hander is not good. A rebound goes to Fowler. And we'll have a foul as he tried to get away from the pressure.
They got the foul on Scales. That's his second.
So Harvey to inbound. Right to left for Northwood. Brown handles it for just a moment. Now in the hands of Harvey, covered by Neal. Top of the key, looks to spin. Far side for Fowler on the wing. Top of the key for Harvey, back near side for Blair, covered by Janias Sharp. Top of the key, handoff Fowler. Blair now in the corner, Harvey wide open on the left side. Missed, Jones skies for the rebound over Fowler. To Harrison, now to Neal on the far side. 2-point lead for Northwood, 2:47 to play here in the first. Just off the top of the key, here's a 3. Janias Sharp doesn't draw the foul. Rebound long side on the right side, make it the left side for Neal. Harrison inside, tries to skip pass. Off a hand, Scales gets it out. Now Sharp drives, and it won't fall. Rebound to Fowler. Fowler goes in the lane. Can't get the leaner, and we get the basketball right here on the baseline.
I got you, partner. I'm saving you.
Thank you for the save. Jones will inbound as it goes out of bounds. Jones gets it into Sharp. Single man with pressure is Blair. Covers Neal up the court. Two guard pressure on Neal as Brown covers on the right side. Scales in the corner. Bounce pass, top of the key, J9. Janiah Sharp looks for somebody, loses it, picked up by Neal. Neal covered by Blair, and a foul. That's going to be on Blair, his first, as Neal trying to get around him on the left side.
So right now, partner, Reidsville they're forcing shots. I mean, we're looking at it right now from a good angle. They're open on the corners for sure. They're just kind of forcing it right now.
Inbound for Scales to Neal. Neal holds it here on the near side wing. Looks to drive. Step back three for Neal. It's off the back of the rim and then off the hands of Fowler. Picked up though by Camden Miller and now in the hands of Cam Fowler. Fowler on the right side, or the left side wing. At the free throw line, stands with Miller, does with the basketball. Now back to Harvey. Harvey looks back to that left side. One-handed pass in the corner to Harvey. From Fowler, now back to the top of the key for Blair. Off the rim on the three, grabbing it with two hands is Harrison. Up the floor, Jones, the outlet to J9 to the cup. Janiah Sharp, Mr. Big Shot, had
Good
a huge game
bucket
in the regional finals. Has the shot there, blocked by Scales on the shot by Fowler. Up the floor to Jones on the left side. Looking in the corner, J9 three. Off the side rim, rebound goes to Northwood. Tie ball game, 9-9 here in the first. Less than a minute to play. Harvey trying to spin out of coverage by Neal. Has to pass to Blair. Blair covered by Sharp, top of the key. Bounce pass just off the free throw line to Miller. Now back out to the young man, Josiah Brown, the sophomore. Bo Harvey handles it here on the wing. Pass to Brown. Baseline jumper on the pump fake. It will not roll in. Rebound again to Harrison. Up the floor for Deontay Neal. Harrison with 3 rebounds here in the first. Neal stands on the perimeter. Now a top of the key three for Harrison. It's off the heel rebound into the hands of Blair. Northwood basketball with 17 seconds to play here in the first. All tied up 9-9.
Kendre tried to make it 2 of 12 on the season there.
Blair will sit at midcourt, passes to Harvey on the wing. Here on the near side, near the bench of Reidsville to Blair. Now Fowler steps off the elbow with the jumper. It's blocked partially and thrown up by Harrison at the horn.
Ooh.
It won't fall. After one, a 9-9 ball game in the 2A state championship. Two points for Janiah Sharp, 1 of 4 from the floor. 3 for Christian Scales, the big 3 to open the game. He's 1 of 5 from the floor. Kentre Harrison with 4, he's 2 of 4. So far in the night with 4 rebounds. Leading the way for Northwood is Bo Harvey with 2 threes. He's got 6. Isaiah Blair with 2 and 1 for Cam Fowler from the free throw line. Just joining us, 9-9 after 1. Tonight's game brought to you by Kooler Ice. Looking for a fresh ice and water option that's ready when you are? Kooler Ice is countywide. Find fresh ice and water at Little Caesars Pizza in Mayodan at 6734 NC 135 across from Walmart, or a local Kooler Ice dispenser at Jules Home at 1635 Freeway Drive in Reidsville. And for all your ice and water needs, you can also find us at Pennrose Carwash in Reidsville at 1509 South Scales, or Two Rivers Plaza at 307 West Meadow Road. Get Kooler Ice. Great tasting fresh ice. Available 24/7 at all 4 locations, 16 pounds or 32 pounds, plus premium water by the gallon or 5 gallons at Kooler Ice, fresh and ready when you are. 114 strong listening in for Reidsville and Northwood. The Rams looking to make it perfect, 60-0 over the last 2 seasons, and defend their state crown. Northwood has something to say about it, though, David.
They have so far, man. I mean, Reidsville's playing good defense, but when they're switching, they're not switching fast enough, and that's leaving wide open guys in the corner, on top of the perimeter right here, and any other corner right here that I've seen so far. You've got to, and Coach Ross is going to get. He sees this. He's going to get this going. Defensively, you've got to pick up the defense. You've got to pick that up. for sure. And you got to stop forcing the ball. I mean, there's open shots with this 1-3-1 that I've seen in the corners for sure. Just stop forcing it, slow it down a little bit, keep passing the ball, look for the open shot, and you'll be okay.
The second quarter has been the Rams' quarter all season long. We'll see how they adjust. Northwood shooting 3 of 12 from the floor. 2 of those are three-point makes. The Rams 4 of 16 from the floor and 1 of 8 from 3. It'll be Northwood ball to start this second. Bo Harvey gets it on the inbound on the left side. On the sideline. Works his way here to the near side wing. Ball is knocked loose by Harvey. That's going to be called a reach-in foul. Right away, Coach Ross looking for explanation.
Yeah, so I think Deontay had his arm around the left side, and he tried to poke it with his right hand. I mean, that was kind of a touchy foul. I wouldn't have. It's all right.
Fowler with the inbound to Harvey. Covered by Neal. Near side wing. Just in front of Coach Ross. Now in the corner, Miller to Brown. Josiah Brown works his way to the wing, top of the key for Miller. Takes one dribble, stops with it on his pivot foot. He's got to pass it, gets it to Fowler on the wing. Fowler gets the screen from Miller. Can't get through it, though, as Jones and Harrison close the lane. Now Miller works in the lane, but it's a travel.
That's a lot better defense. That right there, they switched perfectly. They were on pressure. They trapped him. Good job.
Rams basketball. 7:25 to play here in the second. All tied up at 9. Sharp on the wing. Looks on the skip pass from Neal to Scales in the corner. Off the 3, it's a miss, but rebound inside Harrison. Harrison is covered by Fowler as well as Miller, and that's going to be called a travel.
They got to keep shooting, partner. It's there.
We got to give a hat tip to Camden Miller. He's come in for 4 minutes. Graves with 2 fouls, and he's done his job defensively in handling the basketball.
All right.
As Graves checks back in.
Here we go. Reidsville's going to pick up the full court pressure.
Bounce passes
full court
in.
Trap.
Full court trap. Janiah Sharp with the pressure, and Jones. Blair now passes it near side wing to Harvey. Covered by J9 to the free throw line. Fowler with 2 hands. Right there is Harrison to deny the shot, but Fowler draws a foul. Fowler had some strong words to say in the press conference following their win over West Bladen. He said, "We want Reidsville bad. We want them bad, and we're ready for our rematch and our revenge." Of course, they met 2 years ago at the John Wall Invitational, 69-53 win
and then
for
on
Reidsville.
top of that, partner, they had doing the Reidsville thing that they do before the game starts. Coach Ross had some words for that as well.
Fowler to the free throw line, misses the first.
You had some taunting before they handed out the sportsmanship awards. How about that?
That's state championship written all over.
Yes, it is.
Second free throw for Fowler is good. Rams basketball, 10-9 lead for the Chargers. 6:50 to play here in the second. 2 on Deontay. Bounce pass far side to J9. On the coverage from Harvey, goes to the baseline inside for Harrison, who on the opposite side draws a foul on Graves.
And it'll be his third, right?
Yep, that's his third.
Okay. Now we're in business here.
Hey, attack him.
We talked about that in the pregame show. That probably is your best bet, because if Graves, though Miller is answering the call, it's going to be hard to stop Agent Zero in the paint.
And as Hatley said, with 3 fouls right now, they'll probably go ahead and take him out. They will. I would keep attacking. In on the inside in the paint, just keep attacking.
Harrison misses the first. And Graves heads to the bench as Miller steps back in. 2 rebounds off the bench from Miller, with Graves in foul trouble.
Oh, you got the student chant overrated.
Here's a free throw from Harrison. Doesn't fall. Fowler skies for the rebound. Gets it to Bo Harvey. Slows things down here on the near side. Now middle of the court. Past the timeline. Neal right there with the defense. The handoff to Blair. There's Scales covering him with the hands extended out at the middle of the court. Miller passes near side wing to Harvey. Harvey back to the basket.
Moving
Foul
screen.
off the ball.
They got 40 on the moving screen. He stepped into J9 and just body blocked him with the shoulder.
All right, so that's his first personal foul.
Keep going at those big men. Make them have to go 6 foot against you.
Yeah, I would.
Bounce pass in from Sharp to Neal, just in front of the Reidsville bench. Now past the timeline. 6:19 to play here in the second. Neal goes past Fowler on the baseline behind the hoop. Now out to the top of the key for Sharp from Scales. Scales gets it back on the left side wing. Looks inside to Harrison with 2 hands. Back out to the perimeter for Scales. In the corner, J9 is wide open. Quickly closed, though, by Burleson. Drives in the lane from the free throw line. It does not fall. Rebound to the man, Harvey. Harvey, the point guard, looks to drive. Harrison's right there. The pass to Fowler does not fall, but Harvey somehow saves it in front of the basket. Goes right with one hand. It goes out of bounds, and it will stay with Northwood.
Kendre had it, lost it.
10-9 Northwood. 5:44 to play here in the second as Harvey inbounds. Harvey gets it into Fowler, covered by 2, Jones and Sharp, but gets through to the paint just in front of the basket. He draws the foul. Harrison will be called with the foul.
No touch on that. He just threw it out of bounds.
No foul, partner. Just turn it.
No foul, okay.
Yeah.
They're saying that Kendre knocked it out of bounds, but I didn't see any contact from him on that
Fowler.
ball.
The
And
shot
we're
from
right
Blair,
here at it.
The shot from Blair doesn't fall. Up the floor to Neal. Neal drives right side, goes for the lay-in. It hits the rim. It goes in the hands of Isaiah Blair. Up the opposite way. Burleson settles with it. Now in just off the free throw line for Blair. Off the elbow, back to Fowler for 3. It rolls in and out. Rebound Burleson will have a travel.
No, that's the right call.
Now you fall in possession of it, you go sliding with it, it's travel.
5:18 to play here in the second. Just 19 total points on the board. And a timeout on the floor from Coach Ross.
He wants a full one.
Rams with 9, Northwood with 10. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Ancora Compassionate Care, formerly known as Hospice of Rockingham County. Their name changed in late 2023, but they're the same community-based, mission-focused hospice and palliative care provider the community has known since 1987. Providing specialized care for those coping with serious illness, Ancora's mission is to be a supportive presence for life's journey. When greater comfort and support matter most, choose Ancora Compassionate Care. They'll always be there because they've always been here. To learn more about how Ancora can support you, visit AncoraCC.org. Just as they are a supportive presence for life's journey, Ancora Compassionate Care is proud to support the Reidsville Rams on their postseason journey. 5:18 to play here in the second. 10-9 lead for Northwood. Kendre Harrison with 4, Christian Scales with the opening 3, and 2 for Janiah Sharp. You're scoring for the Rams, shooting 4 of 19 from the floor. It's not much better on the opposite end. Northwood shooting 3 of 16 here early. Bo Harvey with 2 threes. Isaiah Blair with 2, and Cam Fowler with 2 from the free throw line. Rams basketball up the floor behind the back for Neal. Jumps, passes to Janiah Sharp, who drives in the lane, switches hands, and gets the bucket, and 1. Janiah Sharp. Mr. Big Shot.
And they didn't have the 1-3-1 quite set up, and he, drove in the paint with an easy bucket and 1.
1 point lead as Sharp heads to the line. The 70% free throw shooter gets it. 12-10 lead for the Rams. 5:07 to play here in the second. Here comes Harvey. Bo Harvey, the senior, covered by the junior Neal on the far side wing. Looks top the key. It's a bad pass at midcourt. Somehow saved by Fowler. On the sideline, it gets knocked loose. It goes out of bounds. Rams ball.
It's off of Blair.
Janiah Sharp pumps up his bench as Christian Scales sets to inbound just off the basket here on the near side by the Reidsville bench. Bounce passes into Sharp, who gets it to Neal. Full court pressure from Blair. Covers the right side of Neal, or left side of Neal. Pass in the corner for J9. Looks to drive now back out. Covered by Burleson. Crossover move. Pass inside, good look to Harrison. Closed the well by Miller, but Harrison gets the bucket. 14-10, 4:27 to play here in the second. Far side now, Harvey looks for space, top of the key, pass it off on the wing. Back to the top now. This time it's Fowler looking to drive. Jones closes the lane. It's stolen in the paint by Neal. Up the floor on the far sideline. Here comes Neal to the glass and blocked by Fowler. Saved by Harvey. It's Northwood basketball up the floor in transition. Harvey with a crossover pass over in the corner on the left side for Fowler, and he nails the three.
I'm going to tell you what, man. Fowler's a bad man. He's all over the place.
14-13 Rams. Sharp at the top of the key, covered by Fowler. Works off the wing. Now passes it. Neal inside the entry to Harrison. One-handed pass goes all the way out of bounds on the opposite side of the floor. 3:40 to play here in the second. 14-13 Reidsville. We'll have a timeout on the floor. Want to take a moment to thank our comments and all those listening in, our faithful all season long, 131 strong, listening in on Roco Radio and RocoRadio.com, including George Hunt, who says, great to be able to hear this game, living all the way up here in Indianapolis, Indiana, alongside Pat McAfee and company.
Let's go.
We got Mike listening in from Katy, Texas. We got the usual suspects, David.
No,
we got TJ in there, our friend Ronald Barker, the magic man with the camera. Sean says, great job by my guys at Roco Radio. Thank you, Sean, for your support. And boy, what a crowd do we have here in support of your Rams at Lawrence Joel Veteran Coliseum.
Partner, I'm looking around all over this place.
Yeah, this lower level is full.
I do not see an empty seat.
Scott Strader listening in over the top of Texas. Glad to have you along, Scott.
Scott, if you see Jerry Jones, tell him he's terrible.
Tell him he can kiss David where the sun don't shine.
Out of the timeout, both teams take to the floor. Cam Fowler will inbound for Northwood. Not quite to midcourt. Bounce pass with 3:40 to play here in the first half. 14-13 lead for Reidsville. Northwood with the basketball. Laird's covered by Sharp. Now Brown passes in the corner to Harvey. Bounce pass in the lane off of Fowler. They'll say it's Northwood basketball.
Yeah, you should appreciate it, kid. You knocked it out.
Now the officials will discuss it. Harrison says it is Reidsville basketball. So does Cam Jones.
Yep.
And that is the proper switch.
Yeah, they got it right. I mean, it was right here, right in front of me, partner.
Inbound on the baseline. Jones right up the floor. Neal past the timeline. From the wing, goes top of the key for Sharp. Takes the pro hop to the basket.
Oh, what a move, J9.
Oh, man, that left hand is beautiful.
16-13 Reidsville. Here in the second. 3:13 to play. Harvey on the baseline drive. Bounce pass to Brown in the corner. From the left side, the two-handed jumper does not fall. Rebound Harrison all the way up the floor.
Showtime!
Yes! With two hands! Kendry Harrison!
Baby!
Now Brown looks to answer for three, and he does here on the near side.
They got to switch, partner. They got to switch.
18-16. 2:44 in the second. What an answer by the sophomore in the corner for Scales. Here on the near side, now Neal. Neal on the wing, takes a step back. Looks to Sharp. Sharp takes a dribble from the wing in the corner to Scales. Looks to drive from the left side, takes a jumper from the two-point range. It goes out of bounds. It'll be off Harrison. Northwood basketball.
Ooh, got a little junk talking right here, partner. Let's go.
Northwood up the floor. Isaiah Blair, the senior, with the basketball. Goes with the right hand. Passes to Harvey. Looks for that baseline. It's closed by Neal. Back up to the top of the key for Fowler, covered by Jones. A screen by Miller. Fowler with the elbow jumper. In and out. Rebound Sharp. That's a huge rebound for Janias. Up the floor at the midcourt. And we'll have a foul.
Oh, they called it late.
Oh, they called him for.
They called that push
They
from
called it for
three.
pushing off.
That late in the game, he was already from midcourt to the wing on the far side. Northwood basketball. Harvey to Blair. Blair waits to cross the timeline. J9 with the coverage. Pass it near side wing to Harvey. Back to Blair, right near the out-of-bounds marker on the sideline. Far side wing, Brown with the pump fake. Looks at the free throw line, back out. Blair with the pump fake on the wing. Drives with one hand, almost swatted by Harrison. Rebounded side, that's a big rebound again. This time Christian Scales. Hands it to Cameron Jones, his fellow senior. Now to fellow senior Sharp. Janiah Sharp, near side wing to Neal. Make it far side wing. No look on the entry to Harrison. Spins on the baseline left side. Two-hander off the glass.
Big man move for Kendre.
Pequeño. Kendre Harrison back on defense. Rams with a 4-point lead, 20-16. Harvey stops on the elbow. Here on the right side, now back to the left side wing for Fowler. Jones right there with the on-ball defense. What a defensive presence by Jones. They call the foul on the reach-in as he entered the paint. Fowler. What
ball.
defensive presence by
Oh,
Jones.
my
Oh,
goodness.
man. Cam on Cam. You know, what else can you say? And Cam Jones is holding down Fowler so far.
I'll tell you what, partner. Cam Jones had him absolutely glued. There was nowhere he could go.
Coach Ross calls him the glue guy, and there's a reason for it. The senior is sacrificed as a member of this team, willing to do everything needed to win, as Fowler gets the free throw. And right there is an example of it. It will pay off at the end of this game.
You got
Brian Gwynn just checked into the game for Kendre.
A Sportsmanship Award winner, Brian Gwynn, in for the Rams with 1:05 to play here in the second. Fowler gets the second and a 2018 ball game. Sharp gets the inbound from Jones. Now back to Neal. Here on the near side. Looking to get past Harvey. He's forced to pass it to the top of the key. Now in the corner for Scales. Far side wing for Sharp. Loses it near the lane. On the floor is Jones. He saves it off the hands of Gwynn. Now an open three look for Neal. Deontay Neal. Left side wing. Puts his hands together and looks to the sky. A 23-18 lead for Reidsville. 35 seconds to play here in the second.
we got a ball game, partner. We got a ball game.
Blair stands at midcourt. Covered by Sharp. 25 seconds to play here in the first half. Far side wing now. Harvey the entry in the alley.
Oh, my.
Layup for Fowler.
Wow.
Here on the left side. What a look from Harvey. Stolen by Jones. Jones almost lost it. Picked up on the far side for Neal. Neal stops.
And they called Deontay for the offensive foul. Are you kidding
He
me?
went to stop and shoot, and a foul is called.
Oh, man. And
9.7 on the clock. 3-point lead for the Rams.
And
Harrison
Kendre
is going
gonna
to
check
check
back
in for Gwynn in these final 9 seconds of the first half.
So they're getting ready to go to the line for free. I thought so. No, they're not. No, they're not.
No, offensive foul. It's player control.
Up the floor. Blair puts a hand on it at midcourt. Now Harvey with it. 6 seconds here on the near side wing, covered by Neal. He's got to force a shot. It's off the tongue. It's knocked away. Rebound at the free throw line from Neal as we end the half. 23-20, Reidsville after the first half. Scoring summary in the first half. Kendre Harrison leading the Rams with 8 points. Right behind him, Janiah Sharp, the two tandem that did well in the regional finals to propel the Rams here. Sharp shooting 3 of 7 from the floor. Harrison 4 of 7. Harrison with 6 rebounds. Deontay Neal with 3. Christian Scales with 3 as well. The rebound game, you would have thought, heading into this game, it would have been the Rams really largely leading this number. But after the first half, Northwood with 17 rebounds to Reidsville's 14.
Yes, partner. So the keys to the game that I had for this, definitely the rebounding. Rebounding had to be a factor. I like to see, Reidsville get second chance points. They had 44 rebounds they were averaging per game, to Northwood's 32, and Northwood had 37 against West Bladen. And then the turnover battle. There we go. The turnover battle, too. You got 10 turnovers for Northwood to 5 for Reidsville. They're taking care of business there. And then the three-point shooting. Three-point shooting, you're 4 for 9 for Northwood, 2 for 10 for Reidsville.
Overall shooting, though, the Rams doing a good job of holding Northwood to 6 of 23 in the first half, 26% from the floor. You'd like to think in that second half, some of those threes, they were good looks. Don't get me.
They were.
But that's not something that they can depend on Northwood in the second half.
They do. I mean, they've done a better job after that timeout with Coach Ross of, switching. They've done a lot better job switching. On the offensive side, though, I mean, you need to if you're Reidsville, you need to manipulate the eyes of Northwood. You need to try to, fake your passes, look for the easy shots, because it's there, man. I mean, it's there. It definitely on the corners. It's been there the whole game because, Northwood is over-pursuing, and that's leaving corner threes all day long. And then, another thing, too, keep driving it inside against these big men. Let's get them in foul trouble. You already got Graves in foul trouble with 3. You got Miller with 1, but I just don't think he can match up with Kendra. I just don't see it. But what a ball game, man. The intensity has picked up big time.
Fowler's done a good job in the absence of Graves, though, on the boards. He's got 6 rebounds in the first half. 23-20 Reidsville at the half. Here on Roco Radio and RocoRadio.com. Want to thank our sponsors, Pennrose Carwash, Kooler Ice, Ancora Compassionate Care, and Rockingham Update for their support.
Oh, no. No.
Oh, Mr. Strader's in here talking about them Tar Heels.
I knew it was coming. I was trying to keep from talking about it. I knew it was coming. Oh, man, Withers with the lane violation. You can't do it. You cannot do it.
Big Will in the comments saying everything that maybe this broadcast team is thinking but can't say.
We got to be good tonight, Big Will. We got a NCHSAA here tonight, so we got to be good boys.
Anna says she's listening in, wish she could be there. Let's go Rams. TJ says he's listening while at a concert at NC State. Let's go Rams.
Let's go.
I mean, folks that have been listening to us know that I normally play the heel on the broadcast, and even I'm having to behave here.
Mike Yates listening in. What's up, buddy?
Glad to have you along, 156 strong across our social media platforms, as well as additional listeners at RocoRadio.com. I want to take this moment to remind you can download the Live 365 app on your mobile device and search for Roco Radio and listen in on your mobile device without having to stay on Facebook or YouTube. You can listen to it in the background on your mobile phone. It's not what you choose. We prefer to have you here in the comments and join in with us.
Oh, here we go. If we ain't got Scott Schrader talking junk, now we got Webster talking junk. My goodness.
Hey,
calling me Chris Collinsworth. He ought to be ashamed of himself.
Does Jeff know what a lane is? I don't think NC State does.
I don't think they do, man. They're having a hard time keeping coaches right now. You know it? They're going to have to bring Dave Dorian over to coach basketball now. He's the only one hanging around.
All right, breaking news. We've got breaking news from, sorry if I don't say this right, but Mikey Do in the comments. He says, Reidsville wins by 15. You heard it here first.
Here we go. I like it.
Glad to have you along. Halftime, 23-20 lead for Reidsville. Kentre Harrison with 10 points, 6 rebounds. Janiah Sharp with 7, 3 for Christian Scales, and 3 for Deontay Neal, who went down early on a drive to the lane. Looked like he hurt his knee pretty badly, was able to come back.
Yes, he did, Webster. I got to give you that one. I will give you that one.
Big Will's got some thoughts. You know, he says it's time for something. You need some sound effects in here, D. Woods.
Big Will, we're gonna put some grease on those saw blade. We're gonna get it going shortly. We're gonna go ahead and oil that thing up. We're getting ready to crank it up a little bit. Just wait.
Yeah, it takes a while to warm it up. You know, you gotta.
Yeah, it just takes a little bit.
The blade's gotta get spinning. Sometimes you gotta stop the blade, sharpen it up a little bit. But you know what? When you got a buzzsaw, though, here's the one thing about a buzzsaw. It's a diamond blade, so you don't ever have to replace it. That's what Reidsville basketball is, right?
That's right. I'm going to tell you what, man. I love my fans. Look at Chase Miller right here.
Oh, boy.
Woods sitting in a booster seat. Jesus Christ.
We're here on the baseline. We're here on the baseline. Behind the desk.
You know what? If they didn't pick on him, that means they wouldn't love me. I love each and every one of you guys. Thank you.
I mean, you know what I love about you being on the broadcast?
I'm the mayor of Roco Radio.
Yeah, you're the mayor of Roco Radio, and here's what I love. Since you've joined the team, no longer do I get the booster seat jokes, you do.
He's over there pointing at me now.
Oh, man, that is hilarious. At the half, 23-20 Reidsville, about 8 minutes away from the third quarter. Glad to have you along here on Roco Radio and RocoRadio.com. Any thoughts on adjustments that need to be made, what you want to see in the third quarter, what you will see in the third quarter?
I mean, Reidsville's got to stop forcing it. They got to stop taking, bad shots. Like I said, keep manipulating the eyes with the basketball. Keep passing it around that 1-3-1. You're going to see some open shots. It's going to take some time, so take your time. Do what you need to do on the offensive side. On the defensive side, they've done a better job with switching, but they've got to switch a lot better. They've got to pick up the intensity on defense. But so far, man, from what I've been seeing, there's been junk talking between both teams. This is a very physical ball game. Everybody's leaving it out there on the line, man. I'm just happy to be here.
The last time these two teams met was in the John Wall Invitational 2 seasons ago, a 69-53 win for Reidsville. That was back when UNC commit Drake Powell was with the Chargers. Kentre Harrison had 14 in that one with 13 boards. Deontay Neal had 20 with 6 rebounds, 11 assists, and 2 steals. And Janiah Sharp had 20 points as well in that one. But you got to give credit to Northwood in their defensive mentality and how they've really not necessarily shut down the lane in the paint, but they've made it hard for Reidsville to score in the paint, which has not been the case once this season.
Yeah, absolutely, man. You got to give credit where credit's due. I mean, Fowler's been pretty good tonight. Going along with, Graves, he hasn't been pretty much anything. Miller's been okay, but it's gonna be a dog fight. Thank you, sir.
Points in the paint. Reidsville is winning that 14-4. Points off turnovers. Reidsville 9 and Northwood 1. Like we said, the Rams are taking care of the basketball with just 5 turnovers in the first half compared to 10 for Northwood. You get a feeling, partner, that it's just a matter of time?
I think it is. It's just a matter of time, man. Deontay Neal, he just needs to keep shooting the ball. I mean, it's going to fall. I'm telling you, it's going to fall. Just take your time. I know they want to get out in transition and run. With that 1-3-1, just take your time. If you can get out in transition, though, do it, because then they can't get that 1-3-1 set up whatsoever, and you can look inside and take care of advantage, in the post for sure.
And every time up the floor, Deontay Neal's being met by 2 guards once he gets to half court. It hasn't impacted his play, but it has impacted the comfort of the offense, if that makes sense.
Yep.
In how they typically run things.
I'm going to tell you, though, from what I've seen out of Kendre, watching him for the past, the first year of basketball, but in football too, when he starts talking that junk, that's when his game goes to a whole nother level. And I mean, you had him and Camden Miller going at it at half court. I mean, they were going at it. But you don't want to get that. You don't want to get that started, because once you do, just like Big Will said, you're gonna have to crank it up. You're going to have to put that buzzsaw on full blast.
There it is.
And get it going.
Mikey says Neal wins MVP.
I could see it. I could see it.
Both teams back out on the floor warming up for the third quarter. 23-20 lead for Reidsville at the half.
Well, right now, my pick for MVP would be Cam Jones.
I could see that too.
He has shut down. He has taken Fowler completely out of his game. Yes, Fowler has 9 points and he's leading in scoring for Northwood. But Cam Jones has been up in his face.
Yep.
He's been glued to his hip. He's been just lights out defensively.
He's made it absolutely frustrating for Fowler to really get his shot. I mean, Fowler, he's got a good shot. He's a smooth shooter for sure, but, I mean, he's been on him, stuck like glue. And might as well go ahead and call that man Dennis Rodman. You ain't getting nothing past him.
To the point, Fowler 2 of 9 from the floor with
Yep.
his 9 points. 4 of those 9 have come from the free throw line. And it's not typical that those same calls are going to continue throughout the game.
Yep.
So we'll see how that works out in the second half.
I think, too, another thing to look out for as well, with this intensity picking up, I hate to say it, but you might see these ticky-tack foul calls, and they might try to keep this game.
Get that out of the ethos. What are you doing?
I'm just going to tell you now. I'm just going to tell you before it gets started.
We're going to excommunicate you as mayor if you keep talking like this.
You know it's going to. You know
We're
it's
going to
going
have a
to get.
recall election.
You know it's going to get started. I mean, once this game gets going, it's all right. You know what? I can't say anything else because I might get in trouble here.
No, I worry about the same thing,
Yeah,
David,
I mean,
because it's the same thing that happened in the Carolina-Duke game yesterday.
I just don't want to get the flow of the game messed up. You know what I'm saying? I want to see the intensity keep going, but then at the same time, they might see it as, they're going a little bit overboard. They might start calling these ticky-tack fouls, but I'm hoping they keep letting them play. I mean, so far so good. They've let them play for the most part. I just want to see the same thing in the second half, man.
I'm willing to bet there has not been many times, if any, that the Rams only had 23 points on the board at half. But here's the beautiful thing about it that doesn't get talked about enough, especially by us. The Rams have only given up 50 points or more once this whole playoffs. Mm-hmm. They gave up only 19 in the first round. This is a solid defensive team.
Yes, it is.
So if it comes down to that, they have the meld to make it a game no matter what.
Yep.
Yeah, and how many of the points in that North Stanley game, you guys covered it, how much of that was in garbage time?
The 19 points?
No, the second game against North Stanley.
A good portion of it. But North Stanley did come shooting the lights out to start. But it's the big wheel buzzsaw that we all talk about. It's a turnover here, a quick transition dunk there, a 3 in the corner, and this game's over.
And it's like a snowball effect.
Yep.
Once that stops, or once that starts, it never stops, man, and they just keep going and going and going.
It's also easy for us to say that. You know who also knows that? Head coach Matt Brown and the Northwood Chargers.
Absolutely.
So they're going to do everything they can to stop that transition play, do everything they can to contest every shot, and play the defense that they've played all season. As we get ready for the third quarter. Rams meet, huddle up here.
Well, I mentioned in the pregame that Northwood gave up more than 60 points 3 times this season.
Yep.
And they lost 2 of those games.
Well,
Reidsville gets going, gets a good quick run.
Well, we fixing to you-know-what and find out in this second half. How about that?
Ali sharing words of encouragement to Cam Jones.
Oh, man, it's great to see Ali on the sidelines, man.
Jones on the floor alongside Harrison and Scales. Janiah Sharp. And your point guard, Deontay Neal.
All right, boys, here we go.
Chad Graves with 2 fouls on the floor to start the third, alongside Harvey Fowler. Blair out there, as well as Burleson. Bounce pass inside, stolen into the hands of Jones. Now Scales got it.
Good shot, Christian.
That was good shot, good ball movement right there, manipulating the defense. Great first possession.
Blair handles it for Northwood, passes to Fowler on the wing. Right to left for Northwood here in the second half. Looking for the step back. Fowler just throws it up at the hoop. Wasn't even really a shot. It's batted up and picked up by Neal. Neal up the floor for the Rams. Rams now right in front of us. Near side wing pass, top of the key for Sharp. Sharp bounce pass back to the wing here for Neal. He's covered by Burleson. Sits with the basketball, 2 hands on it. Now quick crossover, step back 3, doesn't get the foul call. Graves saves it on the baseline in the hands of Jones, who draws the foul, trying the reverse
way to go
layup.
up strong, Cam.
Graves trying to save it right behind the basket, right in the hands of number 10.
And there
Harvey
goes.
picked up the foul there.
There goes my man, Cameron Jones. I mean, still hustling, doing the dirty work. That's 2 free points right there he can get.
First one's good for Jones.
You know what, boys? I haven't got to do my little free throw. I mean, it's an art to it. Just like I keep saying, bend your knees. There it is. Look at this. Boom. In there.
Jones gets both. Extends it to a 7-point lead here to start the third.
Jones 57% from the free throw line over the season, but 2 for 2 there.
Bo Harvey past the timeline, passes it in. Blair.
Oh,
and
blocked by
swatted by Kendra Harrison. Up the floor, the opposite sideline. Jones passes in the corner.
3.
Deontay Neal gets his shot blocked by Graves. Back out to the wing. J9-3. Rattle it home. Mr. Big Shot. Janiah Sharp extends it to 10. Timeout on the floor for Northwood.
Get that buzzsaw going, ladies and gentlemen. This
First
is a
timeout of the half for Coach Brown.
This is a lot better right here. I really love the ball movement. I love the transition game. This is the Reidsville offense right here.
Yeah, Coach Ross, he had to have made some adjustments at halftime, and they came out swinging this second half.
Yes, they did.
What an adjustment by Neal. The 3 shot was blocked. He grabbed it, looked quickly, got the pass off, and then back out to the wing for J9. That's what point guards do. They're composed even in those situations. The ball was literally batted out of his hands. There was 2 Northwood defenders around him. He was able to get the ball out, though, and that set up the 3 for Janiah Sharp.
And I tell you, partner, you know, these second chance points, it's all about who wants it more. It's all about who wants it more for sure. Man, here we go.
30-20, Reidsville. 6:32 to play here in the third. Out of the timeout, the Rams now shooting 12 of 30 from the floor.
Oh, Mikey, do. What's your favorite vegetable? Turn up, baby. Turn up.
Raise the roof. Inbound here for Burleson. Scales looking to inbound. Cover on the baseline inbound. Harvey gets it here, covered by Neal. Near sideline. Pass the timeline. Jones with the help defense. Pass it to Fowler. Top of the key. Spins past Sharp. Now on the wing. Blair passes it back to Fowler. Fowler covered by Jones here on the third. Graves sets a screen for Fowler in the corner. Pass it back into Graves. Goes wild at the basket.
Oh, that should have been an offensive foul.
A defensive foul. The feet were planted. It looked like, at least from here, for J9 inside the paint. But Graves heads to the line to shoot 2.
I'm going to tell you, partner, that was a tight call right there. That would have been big if that would have been a charge going the other way.
Graves only a 62% free throw shooter on the season.
Graves to the line to shoot 2. Doesn't go.
I tell you what he's not doing, man. Let me tell you what he's not doing.
His knees.
He's not bending his knees. I'm telling you, it's an art to this free throw thing.
He didn't take that deep breath either.
There it is.
Second free throw's
See?
good for
See?
Graves. Makes it a 9-point lead for the Rams. 6:13 to play here in the third. Neal takes the basketball. On the inbound. Pass midcourt. Dribbles with the left hand. Pass it here on the near side to J9. Around the perimeter. Scales now on the far side wing for Neal. Neal passes it here on the wing to Scales. Thought about shooting. Now pass in the corner. J9 takes a dribble. Back out to the wing. Pass it into Harrison. Back to the basket. Back out to the perimeter. Set for three. Scales can't get it. Rolls off. And Burleson with the rebound. Up the floor. Now for Northwood. Looking inside. Fowler wasn't ready for the ball. Has to save it on the baseline. Into the hands of Harrison. That's a bad pass. Now to the floor.
Oh, what a layup for Deontay!
Oh, Deontay Neal.
Ah.
Harvey with the turnover gives Neal the look at the glass. 32-21.
That should have been a moving screen.
Out in the corner for Burleson. Out top of the key, looking to drive. Stop and pop for Blair.
That was a good shot.
Yep, moving to his left. Good shot.
Just off the free throw line. 32-23 Reidsville. Spinning in the lane is J9. Doesn't hit the rim. It's rebound by Burleson. Burleson up the floor to Blair. Bounce pass in the corner. That's going to be a three attempt. That one's missed by Harvey. And rebound to the Rams. 4:40 to play here in the third.
Cam with another board.
Blair picks up the defense at midcourt. Far side wing. Now Fowler's going to pick up the defense on Neal. Sharp just off the NCHSAA logo. Bounces it to the far side wing for Neal. Covering his Burleson on Neal now. Graves awaits in the paint. Pass in the corner. Wide open Scales from the far side. Slung on the three, but a pin back.
And one!
And one, baby!
He readjusted. Went to the hoop, leaning in. Draws a foul into the line. Picks up his chin and says, yes, sir. Now puts the finger in front of his mouth. As he gets ready to head to the line. 34-23, Reidsville.
All right, tell him how to shoot it, David. He missed his first two.
All right, here we go. So you got to, there you go. Take your deep breath. Bend your knees. Take a couple of dribbles. There it is. Deep breath again. Bend your knees. There it is. Look at that. Oh.
Off the heel, rebound to Harvey.
I jinxed that one.
Harvey up the floor. Left hand switches to the right. Now hands it to Fowler. Fowler covered by Jones in the lane. A foul's going to be called on Jones, I believe.
Oh, look at this. Look.
On ball foul. Harrison
Oh,
was
that's
waiting.
on Christian. Or was it?
Nah, it's on Jones.
You see that partner? Kendra gave the student section a little wink over there.
So Fowler back to the line to shoot two. First is good. Melanie listening in, saying listening during the KC and the Sunshine Band concert. Melanie, I hope you got on your boogie shoes.
You know who else is at the KC and the Sunshine Band concert?
Who's that?
My grandmother.
Nice.
She's there now.
Fowler gets the second from the free throw line. 215 listening in strong. Here on Roadco Radio, a 34-25 lead for your Reidsville Rams. Here in the third, 3:57 on the clock. Far side wing three, Deontay Neal off the front rim. One-hander trying to reach for the rebound is Harrison. He'll be called on the foul.
Harvey got called on it.
On the reach over the back. Official timeout on the floor. 3:51 to play here in the third. 34-25 Reidsville. Tonight's game is brought to you by Pennrose Carwash, voted #1 car wash in Rockingham County. Pennrose Carwash at 1509 South Scales has been serving the Reidsville and surrounding area for over 50 years. Established in 1970 by well-known entrepreneur Leo Rentz, this popular venue welcomes everyone. Pennrose Carwash open 24/7 and find us on Facebook celebrating our 55th anniversary. Pennrose Carwash voted #1 Rockingham County Car Wash 3 years in a row.
And I wish they'd get the score on the scoreboard right. Or I should say on the app.
34-25, the Rams 13 of 25. Make that 13 of 35 from the floor. 3 of 15 from three. Agent Zero with 10 and 8.
Well, he's got 12 and 8, but they don't have the last two he got up there. He had 10 at the half.
I'll tell you what, man. With the way this game is flowing right now, it's flowing Reidsville's way for sure.
There we go. He's got 12 up there now.
There we go.
Okay. Yeah, the Reidsville is flowing for Reidsville right now. They're moving out in transition a lot more. The offense looks crisp. It looks so much better with the ball movement.
Neal to inbound here on the baseline. Left side of the basket. Right in front of D. Woods, the mayor of Roco Radio.
You got Deontay Neal doing Deontay Neal things. Let's go.
Jones at the top of the key. Scales just off the paint as well as Harrison. Now here comes Janiah Sharp on the wing on the inbound in the corner. Deontay Neal, three! Off the side rim, a long rebound on the opposite side for Harvey. Picked up by Scales, but past the timeline on the far side wing. Fakes the handoff to Fowler. Now a crossover move in the lane. Pass goes to Miller, almost lost in the corner. Miller recovers though. Pass to Fowler, goes to the lane. Two hands up, and Harrison with the block. Up the floor, transition, and a finger roll for Deontay Neal. 36-25, 3:25 to play here in the third. Brown passes far side to Harvey. Fowler covered by Jones. Neal and Jones collapse on Harvey. Fowler has an open lane, collapses inside. A foul is going to be called on the shot attempt. No, they'll call possession here.
No, there was just a block. It was a clean block.
Just a clean block. Inside, tipped away by Harrison on the inbound. Up the floor for the Rams. Janiah Sharp, pro hop, finger roll, got it. 38-25.
Crank it up. Here we go.
3 minutes to play in the third. Timeout, head coach Matt Brown of Northwood. Here come the Rams to celebrate off the bench with their teammates.
And these Ram fans in the house letting it be known.
38-25, Reidsville. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Kooler Ice. Looking for a fresh ice and water option that's ready when you are? Kooler Ice is countywide. Find fresh ice and water at Little Caesars Pizza in Mayodan, as well as Schul's Home, 1635 Freeway Drive in Reidsville. And for all your ice and water needs, you can also find us at Pennrose Carwash at 1509 South Scales in Reidsville, or Two Rivers Plaza in Eden at 307 West Meadow Road. Get Kooler Ice. Great tasting. Fresh ice, available 24/7 at all 4 locations, 16 pounds or 32 pounds, plus premium water by the gallon or 5 gallons. Kooler Ice, fresh and ready when you are. Out of the timeout, it's Blair with the basketball. 2:53 to play here in the third. Harvey at the free throw line, kicks it out on the wing. Fowler three, in and out, rebound on the putback, Harvey.
Kendra went up for that board a little early and couldn't come down with it.
Sharp passes to Jones on the far side wing. Back to his point guard, Neal. Set the offense. Harvey goes for the poke. No reach in. Now on the far side for Sharp. Lets it fly for three. And somehow Harrison just came through to try and save that. I think David Woods' light just flashed in front of him. Agent Zero right off the baseline to Big D Woods.
David Woods thought he was going to get taken out by the Oregon.
Oh, that's a travel by Brown. No call. Bounce it to Blair. Blair make it. Blair covered by Neal. Harvey drives in the lane, switches hands, goes underhand, and a foul. Northwood wants a shooting foul.
Yeah, they want a goaltend.
Oh, a goaltend. Yeah, they want a goaltend.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you, if I would have got hit by that freight train, I would have went up and ended up in
You'd have gone
Wake
to glory,
Forest Medical Center.
I felt the wind.
I did too, and I'm sitting on the far side.
Probably would have been up in ICU.
Harvey gets the free throw.
They'd have put you in a bed in the NICU.
I'm going to tell you what, that was an adrenaline rush.
Second one is no good for Harvey. Knocked out of bounds, though, by Miller over Jones. So Jones will inbound. 10-point lead for Reidsville. 2 minutes, 5 seconds to play in the third. Bounce pass, Scales from the wing. Looks to drive.
There it is.
Harrison! Two hands! Boom! 40-28. And off. Blair to Miller. Now thinking about shooting it is Brown. Now Miller's going to shoot from three. They're all flustered out there as Northwood rebound to Harrison.
Transition.
Off the floor, bounce pass. Reverse. That doesn't fall, but the putback does for Neal. 42-28, 1:30 to play here in the third. You can feel the buzz in the air here at Lawrence Joel Veterans Memorial Coliseum. Harvey's down on the floor. J9 picks it up. Tries to find a teammate down on the ground with two-handed pass that goes out of bounds all the way on the other side of the floor.
You know who he was looking for, right?
He was looking
for me in transition. I was going to do a reverse layup, and that was going to go wild. But, I kind of missed it. That's my fault.
Yes, we are, Melita, on the Reidsville side of the floor this half.
That's on me, J9. My bad. I should have been a better teammate.
Blair waits to inbound for Northwood.
You are the mayor of Roco Radio, but if you'd have pulled that here, you'd have got thrown out of the LJVM.
I probably would have.
Reidsville, I believe, will call a timeout. 1:16 to play here in the third. They lead it 42-28. How about the game from the big man, Kendra Harrison, 14-9.
Yep, Coach Ross wanted a 30.
Tonight's game brought to you by Ancora Compassionate Care, formerly known as Hospice of Rockingham County. Their name changed in late 2023, but they're the same community-based, mission-focused hospice and palliative care provider the community has known since 1987, providing specialized care for those coping with serious illness. Ancora's mission is to be a supportive presence for life's journey. When greater comfort and support matter most, choose Ancora Compassionate Care. They'll always be there because they've always been here. To learn more about how Ancora can support you, visit AncoraCC.org. 1:16 to play here in this third quarter. Reidsville 42, Northwood 28. Fowler gets it on the inbound from Blair. From the far sideline to the middle of the court, past the timeline. Cam Jones has been great on him defensively all night. Trying to set a screen is the guard. Fowler drives into Kendra Harrison, blocks it, but a foul call.
Ooh-wee.
Silence is deafening, boys. I never hear you this quiet.
Oh, that's all. Partner. Oh, my goodness. I got the same face that Kendra had. That was all ball.
Fowler gets the free throw on the first.
Yeah, just because you ain't big enough to where you can go through him doesn't mean you got fouled, buddy.
Second is good. 42-30 Reidsville. 1 minute to play here in the third. J9 up the floor. Passes to Neal near side wing. He'll sit in camp with the basketball, 50 seconds. Two guard him, Harvey and Blair. Top of the key now for J9. Works his way next to Neal, hands it off to him. Now Neal back to midcourt. They'll wait for this as long as they need to. Neal works his way all the way to the far side wing. Between the legs, single coverage from Blair. Hesitation move, now drive to the basket, now back out to the perimeter. 25 seconds left in the third. Neal will wait between the legs.
And this is Deontay's game.
Here's a screen from Jones into the lane. Kick it out. Wide open three. J9 off the front iron. Rebound and put back on the tip for Christian Scales. 10 seconds on the clock here in the third. 44-30. Reidsville up the floor. Brown to Harvey on the wing. Pass to the top of the key. Fowler with 1 second. Lets it fly.
Way
off bounds. After three, 44-30, Reidsville just one corner away from defending their two-way state title crown.
Whew. We could take us a little bit of a breather. What a
Mikey
bogey.
wants to know in the comments, though, when's the last time the mayor actually jumped?
Oh, boy. I mean, I'm just saying, Mike. It was,
he used to jump at the Boys and Girls
Club.
Club.
I used to do it at the Boys and Girls Club a whole lot. I mean, reverse layups.
Whoa.
Now, I wouldn't say I'll win.
Don't tell the people fish stories.
No. I ain't telling people fish stories. I'm just saying, at least I ain't telling them, hey, I'm going up two-handed, slam dunking it and breaking the backboard.
We respect the people. Don't be stretching the truth now.
I'll tell you what, let me work out my legs a little bit, get those going. I'll be slamming it. Never.
44-30 Reidsville as we get ready to start the fourth. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Pennrose Carwash, Kooler Ice, Ancora, Compassionate Care, and Rockingham Update. Without our sponsors, we would not be able to bring you this broadcast to you 231 strong. So the best way to support us is to support our sponsors, longtime supporters, Pennrose Carwash, Kooler Ice, Ancora, Compassionate Care, and Rockingham Update. Mike says David can dunk on a Fisher-Price backboard.
Hey, see? That's what I'm saying. Case closed, ladies and gentlemen. Case closed. I will throw down on that thing like it's nothing.
No copyright strikes, please.
Oh, my goodness. You know what? I'll tell you what. I appreciate each and every one of you that's listening in, and everybody that talks junk to me. I absolutely love it because I know you love me at the same time. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Y'all keep this job. I'm having so much fun. I love it. Thank you all.
Hayes Burleson to inbound on the far side as we start the fourth. He'll do so for the Chargers, 30-2 on the season.
You got old Uncle Raj talking some junk over there. Look at that.
He's standing up. He's ready.
He's going off.
He's got his towel. He's ready. He's got a couple with him, too.
Oh, he does.
We know how Raj runs things. We know.
Oh, he runs the show.
Want to give a shout-out to Miss Murphy back at home, I believe, listening in. Reidsville's biggest fan. I hope she was able to make it tonight, but if not, want to make sure we shout out Miss Murphy. Inbound from Burleson. Now here comes the drive. And it goes on a bounce. We're going to have a...
That is, that will stay with Northwood.
Off the hands of Harvey. So Harvey will inbound to the left side of the bucket. Inbound high, picked up by Fowler. Almost went out of bounds to Graves. Now in the corner. Here's the drive, Fowler. Bounce pass on the backhand. Graves, top of the key. Three for Blair. Hits the left side of the rim and rebound to Harrison. Rips it away, gets it to J9 here on the left side. Up the floor, now Neal on the far side wing. Right in the lane, the floater is good. 46-30 Reidsville.
You know, that's Deontay Neal doing Deontay Neal things right there.
Here comes a drive from Harvey. Stop, spins, top of the key pass to Fowler, who nails the three. Rams basketball after the make. Near side wing. And foul's going to be called. I missed on who it was.
I couldn't see. I had to.
We got an official right in front of us here on the baseline. Having a hard time seeing the plays even. Here's Scales, looks inside to Harrison. It goes out of bounds. Keep it with Reidsville. Baseline inbound. J9, Mr. Big Shot. Bounce pass to Jones here in the near side corner. Top of the key, Neal. Two-handed pass inside. Readjust.
And one!
And one, baby! The senior in his final game in a Rams uniform.
Is that it for Graves?
That's it for Graves.
That's
he
it?
had four.
That's it. That's it for Graves, partner. He's done.
Graves had 1 point, 1 rebound.
He was non-existent in this game. But for anybody that's watched this Rams or listened to us, Agent Zero and Cameron Jones do that to everybody they face. J9 misses on the free throw. Rebound to Fowler. 6:50 to play. Tipped away by Blair, saved in the corner by Burleson. Burleson loses though, it's stolen. But picked back up by Blair, poked away by Jones. in the corner, wide open. Look for Fowler. He does have a nice jumper.
Yeah, he's starting to get hot. We got to get out on him for sure.
We want to keep this lead, 48-36. Sharp switches hands, passes now to the far side wing for Neal. Neal looking here to the left side of the floor. In front of us. Bounce pass in the corner. Scales was heading to the basket. It goes out of bounds on the corner. On the far side. Chargers basketball. 6:15 to play here in the final frame. Bounce pass Blair. It's stolen by Neal. Intended for Harvey. It's an open glass look for Deontay Neal. There's your half-century mark, 50-36.
That was the magic man. Now you see him, now you don't.
Mr. Pick to your pocket, Deontay Neal. Looking inside
and that
for
looked
Miller.
like it went off Cam.
It'll go out of bounds off of Jones. 5:48 to play. Burleson top of the key for Blair. Blair is covered with two hands. He tries to pass it. It's knocked away, but in the hands of Harvey. Harvey with a nice pass to Miller inside. Now back out. It is swatted by Harrison.
Oh, wow. Bodies all over the place.
He knocked down Blair, and then inside Fowler hit the court.
I don't think they called the foul on Kendre, though.
No, it wasn't on Kendre.
It was inside.
I'm talking about when he went up for that block.
No,
they didn't call it on him. No.
That was clean.
Kendre looked like he was about 12 feet up in the air, and Blair flopped on the floor like a fish.
That would have been one heck of a picture if somebody could have called that.
Oh, my goodness, yes.
Harvey inbounds to Miller on the wing. The center passes it to Harvey in the corner. One-handed pass to Fowler just off the screen. Now bounce pass top of the key. Harvey takes with a hand on his face and gets it. Good coverage, though, by Scales. 50-38, 5:18 to play. Rams lead it. There's the look for Neal off the elbow. On the far side, Neal's getting hot, 52-38. Bounce pass to Miller. Miller hands it off to Brown. Josiah Brown tries. There's Harrison against 5'10". Back out on the perimeter. The shot by Blair doesn't fall. In the hands of Neal. One-handed pass here to the wing. What a pass by Neal. Spin. One hand. J9. 16.
The transition.
For Janiah Sharp.
Transition is beautiful. Here we go again.
Another steal for Jones. Scales to Neal. Neal settles in the corner. Kendre Harrison pump fake. Now back to the top. Jones, nice stunner step from the elbow. Passes back out. And now in the lane, J9 shot on the leaner doesn't fall.
To get out here.
Fowler up the floor, crossover move. Stops at the top of the key. Miller in the corner for Blair. Drives baseline, pass it off. One hand for Harvey. Rebound, Jones. 4 minutes, 5 seconds to play. 54-38, Reidsville. Neal spins on the coverage from Blair on the far side, and he'll get that foul call. Blair was up in his face, reached for the jersey.
I mean, it's been happening all night. Every time Deontay's brought the ball up, he's had a hand on his jersey or on his waist.
250 listening in. Thank you for listening in. 54-38, Reidsville. Tonight's game brought to you by Pennrose Carwash, voted #1 car wash in Rockingham County. Pennrose Carwash at 1509 South Scales has been serving the Reidsville and surrounding area for over 50 years. Established in 1970 by well-known entrepreneur Leo Rentz, this popular venue welcomes everyone. Pennrose Carwash open 24/7, and find us on Facebook celebrating our 55th anniversary. Pennrose Carwash voted #1 Rockingham County Car Wash 3 years in a row. Hey, Big Will, I think my voice has got the buzzsaw here. Running out of fuel and octane, but the Rams haven't. 54-38, 3:57 to play here in the ball game. I ain't tapping out, though.
Can you feel it, though? Can you feel it? Can you feel it?
What is that?
It's getting closer. It's getting closer. Hold on. Let me get the choke ready. Let me turn it back a notch.
You don't need to prime it. You don't need to prime it. Don't prime it. We're already running. 54-38 Reidsville. Kendra Harrison with 14, 15 for Deontay Neal. Man, after that first half, he's really stepped up here in the second half. 7 of 15 from the floor. Janiyah Sharp, Mr. Big Shot in his final game as a Reidsville Ram. 7 of 16 from the floor and 16 points. How about this senior class, guys? It's just unbelievable what they've done.
Oh, man, it's magical.
And they do it selflessly. J9, the inbound to Deontay Neal, all the way on the other side of the floor. Neal with a crossover on Blair. Gets past the timeline. What a move by Neal. Left-hand dribble, switches to right hand. It's stolen away by Burleson. Burleson gets the underhand layup attempt. Doesn't fall, but the putback does for Blair. Jones with the inbound to Scales. Now back to Jones to J9. J9 is trapped. Pass it to the middle of the court. Now Scales here on the near side wing. Sharp is going to be covered heavily by Harvey. Drives in the lane. Stops at the free throw line. Will finally get a foul.
Harvey.
I'm going to tell you what, partner. Pay attention to
I believe that's his third.
pay attention to Blair and Neal. They are going at it back and
Coach
forth.
Ross takes time out.
54-40, 3:20 to play. Timeout on the floor. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Kooler Ice. Looking for a fresh ice and water option that's ready when you are? Kooler Ice is countywide. Find fresh ice and water at Little Caesars Pizza in Mayodan, 6734 NC 135 across from Walmart. Or visit our local Kooler Ice dispenser at Jules Home, 1635 Freeway Drive in Reidsville. And for all your ice and water needs, you can also find us at Pennrose Carwash, 1509 South Scales, or Two Rivers Plaza at 307 West Meadow Road. Get Kooler Ice. Great tasting. Fresh ice available 24/7 at all 4 locations, 16 pounds or 32 pounds, plus premium water by the gallon or 5 gallons. Kooler Ice, fresh and ready when you are. .320 to play.
Former Ram Ali over here on the bench shouting out encouragement to the boys.
Neal will inbound right side of the basket. It's stolen on the inbound. Up the floor, Fowler got it. On the steal from Harvey. 54-42. Full court pressure continues for Northwood, trying to get back in this game.
Oh, that's a foul. Yeah, there it is.
Finally a foul called.
Man.
Second on Blair. And that's going to, oh, we're in the bonus, boys.
Mikey in the comments, I brush my teeth to Roco Radio. Nice and fresh, too. We give you 2 minutes. We do what we can. Neal to the free throw line after the foul in the bonus. Hits it.
And Neal with that 90% free throw shooting over the season puts another one in.
You know what I call that, Hatley? Efficiency.
Yeah.
Oh, and
Second one is off the heel. Rebound, Scales.
Jump ball.
And Fowler jump battle.
And the arrow stays with us.
The Rams inbound. Jones bounce pass, top on the wing, around it to Scales. Here's Neal on the wing. Sets it up for the Rams. Man, Harrison is getting bodied by Fowler, no call. He's just got his arm locked here just off the paint on the low block.
I mean, he's holding him.
Here's side for Neal. If they want to do that, that's fine. Let number one hold the basketball.
I mean, we'll take 90% all day at the free throw line.
Yeah, and Burleson picks up the foul on Neal.
Oh, here we go.
Y'all hear that?
I think I hear that. Let's go.
They don't need the crowd mic to hear that. They can hear it in Rockingham County, baby.
You can't guard him. Nobody can. Free throw is good. 57-42. 2:38 to play. Full court pressure from the Rams. Here in the final 2 minutes. Fowler one-handed pass in the corner of Capriles. Oh, wow! Here come the Rams on offense. Deontay Neal from Jones. Get it!
Oh, let's go!
59-42.
Oh, you had me jumping on my seat.
Here comes the Chargers. Pass is deflected, but to the basket. Fowler with the dunk. Inbound for Scales. Saved in the corner by Sharp. It'll be out of bounds. Looked like he had a chance there. Kendre Harrison, thank you for letting us live in your world. What a swat. And another one on Fowler. This time a foul, though, I believe.
I apologize, partner, for my excitement. I was shaking you around like a rag doll.
I don't know what Kendre's vertical is.
But I bet you know who does?
My Lord.
You know who does? Oregon head coach Dan Lanning. Fowler's free throw is off the heel.
We got to give a big shout out to Dan Lanning, man. I'm going to tell you, he's a nice coach. Got to meet him, got to take a picture.
278, make that 281 strong. Listening in here on Roco Radio. As Fowler misses the free throw, the Rams look to clamp down and secure back-to-back championships. Neal on the near sideline. Goes in the lane. No look this! Yes! Kendre, put your hands in the air! This is your world. 61-44. What a look from Deontay Neal. Kendre Harrison is walking the court, getting everybody involved. A smile on his face, and rightfully so. What a playoffs for Kendre Harrison.
Did they just tech him?
Oh, they just threw somebody for a tech. I think it was Scales.
It's all right. Coach Neal and Coach Ross trying to calm his guys down. A technical is called as Fowler heads to the line.
Again, I'm not sure who it's against. I guess it's against Scales because he had 2 fouls and now he has 3.
Oh, yes. This is the Coach Ross I love right here.
He is ready.
Oh, they got, look at, she's, got the president of,
Commissioner Q. Tucker is here on the near side.
Yeah, Reidsville's on.
Burleson inbounds. Top of the key now. Here's the drive and the look. Almost swatted by Harrison, but it floats.
I can't believe that rolled in.
And finds the rim in the bucket for Harvey. Rams basketball, we're going to have a foul on the baseline of Deontay Neal. In the bonus.
Man.
Here comes number 1 to the line. That's not the guy to foul.
And it looks like Burleson picked up the foul on that, and that's his 4th.
Mikey says in the comments, someone tell Sam Page to comb the mustache, dust off the cowboy hat, and get the police escort ready. The cavalry.
Let's go. Whew.
61-48 Reidsville, still 1:25 to play. Neal misses the first. Gets the second though. Fowler will inbound with one hand. Burleson gets it here near side to Blair. On the far side, Harvey almost loses it. Saved by Fowler. Skip pass in the lane and one for Burleson. 62-50 with Burleson to the line.
Rebound, Cam Jones. It looks like
And
they
a foul
fouled
right
him
away.
on the floor.
I think they'll foul Sharp, actually. Sharp's going to head to the line.
Well, foul was
Nope.
called against Isaiah Blair.
It'll be
Jones.
Cameron Jones going to, yep.
So we might be here for a while, boys, if this is going to be the game plan. That's all right.
That's okay. I'm here all night. There's one.
Patience is a virtue when perfection is awaiting around the corner.
Boys.
60-0 for this Rams team over the last 2 years.
This might be the last time I ever get to say this. Mama, there goes that man, Cam Ron Jones. Big man, it has been an absolute pleasure. I will absolutely be a Morgantown State fan. And
You got your Morgan State gear yet?
well, Morgan State.
We're going to
yes.
have to do that.
I will be.
Cam is just one of those athletes you come to the court or to the field to watch.
Yep.
Yeah, humble, 100%
Look at him,
effort
man.
for every second
You
that
see-
he is on the court or on the field.
You see him, and he's just calm, relaxed, the same facial expression every time you see him.
Gets the free throw. 64-50. Fowler on the far side wing. Poked away by Jones. Recovers. Baseline drive with two hands. Doesn't fall. Rebound to senior Janiah Sharp. And a foul right away. Speaking of
He got fouled by, looks like, Rajay Torres.
guys, unbelievable to watch. Another senior for this Rams team. Over 2,000 points in his high school career for Janiah Sharp. He's taught me to always have fun because every time you see him, no matter what he's doing, he's going to have a smile on his face and making everybody else around him better.
Man, I'm going to tell you.
Oh, and by the way,
and
one of the best shooters you'll ever see.
Absolutely.
And University of South Carolina Aiken bound.
You know whose heart isn't breaking? USC Aiken,
Oh, you
because
got
they
that
just got a
right.
special one.
My man.
How about senior Christian Scales? Wing defender, can hit a three. We get to see him on the baseball diamond coming up here shortly as well.
Oh, and I can't wait for that.
Free throw is good for J9, 66-50. And senior Brian Gwynn, who is on the floor. Fowler gets the dunk with 50 seconds. Senior Brian Gwynn has earned this moment on the floor. An unbelievable part of this team. Off the bench is the sixth man. Deontay Neal was fouled.
And that's going to be number 5 on Burleson.
40 seconds remain.
Christian Scales will check out. Cameron Jones back onto the court.
Put your hands together for Christian Scales. Gets a hand from every single teammate. As Neal toes the line. J9, Cam, Christian Scales, Brian Gwynn. That, as said in the comments by Gene, they'll be tough to replace. They will be missed. Second free throw is good, but what they've done, it's cemented forever. 35 seconds away from perfection. Harvey misses on the three, rebound to Neal. He sits in the corner and grabs a foul from Josiah Brown, and back to the line for Deontay Neal.
And they're still fouling? I mean, there's less than 30 seconds left. You're down 16.
That's
Here
okay.
comes the bench for the Reidsville Rams. Here we go. They celebrate as they head into the game. Christian Scales throws his towel in the air. Kendra Harrison, J9 with their hands up in front of the scorer's table as well to celebrate with their teammates. Savion Johnson, Jaquez Tons set to check in alongside Trayshawn Brown.
And that one rolled out for Deontay.
And Chris Smith.
And how about Kendra roping the horses in?
Harrison with his hands in the air. Agent Zero with one heck of a game. Saying, this is what we do. This is what they do. They win. Third straight trip to the state championship game. They'll defend their state title. They'll move their win streak to 60 straight. And they've done it against the toughest of competition. 2 state championship winners in the regular season schedule. 16 playoff teams. Here's the inbound. Northwood up the floor with 25 seconds. Shot doesn't fall, rebound to Northwood. Brown with the coverage, Tynes inside, doesn't fall, ball's loose in front of Smith. And we'll have a foul. Coach Jason Ross gives a high five to every single member on the bench.
Looks
with
like
10.8 to play.
Looks like Ingram got called for the foul.
Inbound for Northwood. 10 seconds on the clock. Here's a shot, and it's good. The Rams will get the ball. 5 seconds remaining. Up the floor, Savion Johnson with the lay-in as the horn sounds here at Lawrence Joel Veterans Memorial Coliseum. The Reidsville Rams defend their 2A state title and bring home championship number 6 to the City of Champions. 71-54, Reidsville. Deontay Neal does a flip on the court as they bring out the Wells Fargo table and we celebrate this Rams team. 60 straight wins, just 1 loss over the last 3 years. Coach Ross said it in his post-game press conference after the regional championship. Winning is hard. What this team has done as individuals, we will celebrate. It's amazing. What they've done as a team is forever cemented as a legacy. 60 straight, 2 state championships.
Partner, this team was destined for greatness, man. I mean, it was just absolutely, what a year. And we got to be, I'm taking this all in. I'm sorry. This is.
Kendra Harrison is standing on the chairs on the bench and getting the Reidsville faithful here as they hang their Ville-made towels. These players, they signed the camera. Janiah Sharp right in front of us here on this baseline. These players cemented the legacy, but the glue was head coach Jason Ross for the 2nd year, leading these young men to an undefeated record. Everybody expected them to win. When you're expected to do things, it becomes even tougher. And they couldn't do it without their head coach. Move his record to 134-17 over his 6 seasons here in Reidsville. And how about the assistant coaches along the way? Chico Galloway, Gerard Neal, Titus Jones, Khalil Rahman, and Justin Massey. As we bring you down to center court for tonight's presentation of the championship and runner-up trophies.
President Dr. Stephen Keeney. It's Wells Fargo, the sponsor of this awards program. First, the NCHSAA would like to present runner-up medals to the Northwood Chargers. The 0 is Burleson. Number 1, Isaiah Blair. Number 2, Bo Murphy. Number 3, Cam Keller.
The runner-ups of Northwood being introduced at midcourt.
Number 4, Josiah Brown. Number 5, Jalen Spurlock. Number 11, Grant Montclair. Number 12, Reese Adams. Number 15, Jordan Holder. Number 20, Rajay Torres. Number 22, Nathan Luana. Number 24, Finn Sullivan. Number 30, Asher Brooks. Number 34, Chad Graves. And number 40, Kenton Miller. And now, support staff for Northwood. Athletic trainer, Jackie Panucci. Team managers, Andrea Rosales, Sophia Benitez, Parker Burstett. Assistant coaches, Joshua Casey. Ethan Poulos. And Demetrius Brown. And head coach of the Northwood Chargers, Matt Brown.
The Northwood Chargers have been recognized on the floor. Now the Reidsville Rams, your champions of the 2A, will be recognized by Commissioner Q. Tucker.
And receive your runner-up trophy. Ladies and gentlemen, a nice round of applause for the Northwood Chargers. Congratulations on a great season.
Great to see these moments. Deontay Neal and Christian Scales with a big hug here.
And now, the state champion medals.
Here come your Rams.
Number 1, Deontay Neal. Number 2, Christian Scales. Number 3, Janice Sharp. Number 4, Brian Quinn. Number 5, Princeton Chevy. Number 10, Canberra Jones. Trishawn Brown. Number 12, Frankie Galloway. Number 14, Chris Smith. Number 15, Mario Ingram. Number 20, Savion Johnson. Number 24, Jordan Robinson. And number 34, Chuckers Time.
Coach Ross and the coaching staff greeting every single Rams player.
Statistician, Tanya Scarver. Athletic trainer, Alexis Galloway. Assistant coaches, Dion Ross. Dan Stevens. Justin Messi. Gerard Neal. Chico Galloway. Khalil Rahman. And Titus Jones. And head coach of your state champion, Reidsville Rams, Jason Moss. Team captains for Reidsville. And now I'd like to join Coach Ross. Over with Commissioner Q Tucker and President Dr. King.
The captains head out to meet Commissioner Q Tucker and head coach Jason Ross to accept their state championship trophy. It's Christian Scales, Cameron Jones, Brian Quinn, and Janiah Sharp, the seniors out there, as the Reidsville faithful let them know how much they mean to them and this program. We all gathered together in a circle alongside head coach Jason Ross.
Individual performances.
And now head back with the team to celebrate. Here's your individual awards.
Representatives covering tonight's game. The most outstanding player, powered by the United States Army National Guard. On the Northwood side is Cam Fowler.
Cam Fowler finishing with 27.7.
Again, presenting your award is Army National Guard Representative Sergeant Tuttle. Congratulations, Cam. And the most outstanding player, powered by the United States Army National Guard from Reidsville, is Deontay Neal. Presenting the award is Army National Guard Representative Sergeant Tuttle. Congratulations, Cam. Congratulations, Deontay. Your most outstanding performances of your teams. And Cam's one player has been selected as the Charlie Adams Most Valuable Player in memory, longtime former NCHSAA Executive Director Charlie Adams. The Charlie Adams MVP for this state championship game is from Reidsville. It's Janiah Sharp.
Janiah Sharp, your MVP for Reidsville. Your West player of the game is Deontay Neal. Janiah Sharp, 18
Congratulations,
points.
Janice. And congratulations, Reidsville Rams, your state champions.
Kendra Harrison meets with everybody and puts his hands in the air.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a wonderful week of high school basketball here at the Children.
They said they were doing it for big
joining
thrills
us at SUV tonight.
as they grab the banner for the first time and get ready for photos and videos. What a night. Kendra Harrison just bursting through the state championship banner. What a night, and thank you for being here with us on this night that encapsulated perfection. 31 wins in a row this season, 29 last season, 2 state titles. Just 1 loss over the last 3 seasons. As they meet at midcourt and get ready for that team photo as the 2A state champions. Kendra Harrison saying, come on kids, all the kids, he wants them down in the team photo. How awesome is that? It tells you a lot about Kendra in this team. Here come the cheerleaders as well. Kendra said earlier today on X State Championship today, God, I thank you for allowing me and my team to make it this far. City of Reidsville, this is for y'all. They did it for their city. They did it for themselves. Every single game, a chance to get better. And boys, every time they took the floor, somehow, some way, as good as they've been, they got better. Every single challenge met, they answered.
Oh, man. What a ride, partner. What a ride.
You guys have gotten to see 2 of these.
No. It gets better each time, dude. I'm telling you, man. It gets better each time. We got to call the state championship game for football for Reidsville at NC State. Now we get to call the state championship for basketball at Wake Forest, man. It just keeps getting better and better each time, man.
I'm holding out hope that we can get Coach Ross for just a minute.
I think so.
As he takes a photo. Christian Scales holds his jersey up. This is final game as a senior. The 2A championship banner draped around the best player in the state, Deontay Neal, as the team heads to the locker room. Reidsville wins it 71-54 over Northwood. 24 points for Deontay Neal. He turned it up in the second half. 8 of 16 from the floor.
And 15 points in the 4th quarter.
Man alive. He's been big in every single championship game. It's amazing how fast this arena can empty.
Yes, it is.
As we sit and bask in the glory of greatness and perfection, this Reidsville Rams, congratulations, and the small part we play, we're so thankful for, and being able throughout the season to tell the story of this team. There's so many different aspects of how this season has played out. You would think the story would be the same with an undefeated season.
Yep.
But it's not. It started off with Kentre Harrison having to battle through injury and going through some things and battling back stronger and stronger and better. Better and better. And I remember that moment where I knew Kentre was back fully against North Forsyth. We saw single players step up in different moments. Every night, every team defensively trying to present a challenge in different ways to try and shut down the offense in what they do, in the comfort that they bring, in the transition. Monroe tried to do it, couldn't. Then teams tried to run with Reidsville, couldn't.
That's what Salisbury tried.
Anything that's been put in front of this squad, they've been able to answer.
What a ride. Man, what a ride.
Final score 71-54. We break down your individual scoring. Kentre Harrison, 8 of 10 from the floor, 11 rebounds, 6 blocks, and 16 points. Deontay Neal, 24 points, 8 of 16 from the floor. And huge at the free throw line, 7 of 9. Janiah Sharp with 18, 7 of 16, your MVP. Christian Scales with 7. Cam Jones with 4, but 4 of 4 from the line, 8 rebounds and 2 assists on the night. And Savion Johnson with 2 points as well. The final bucket before the buzzer as Reidsville picked up their second championship. The reigning defending state champions head into next year with a 60-game win streak. Final score, Reidsville 71, Northwood 54. Any last thoughts, guys, on the basketball season?
Well, my baby girl Charlotte right here says it's night-night. I got her in my arms right now. She said it's time to go to bed. She's seen enough action for the night, but, man, Cameron Jones, Janiah Sharp, Kentre Harrison, Deontay Neal, Brian Gwynn, and the beat goes on, man. What a ride. Thanks for, partner, thank you.
You bet.
If you know, you brought me on a couple of years ago, man, and it's been, oh, man, it's been fantastic. Appreciate you. I really do. Thank you.
Also want to take a chance before we head out of here to thank Athletic Director Joe Walker.
Yep.
Who puts his heart and soul into the athletics in Reidsville. He's a very big supporter of Roco Radio. He helps us out in any way possible if needed. And most importantly, he cares about the athletes and the coaches and puts them in the best positions to succeed. And I appreciate all that he does. Congratulations to Coach Ross on his win and the coaching staff as well. We talk about the players, but to us, being the same age almost or maybe a little bit younger, we have an appreciation and affection for the coaches in all they do.
Absolutely.
The time that we don't talk about. The practices, the practice that we don't know about that turned around this team when they weren't playing the way that they wanted to.
Yep.
Those are the moments that go unspoken for and that need to be recognized. And for what this coaching staff has done this season to keep this together, not that we're not saying it's hard. We talked about this in the pregame show where some say, oh, you just have to roll out the ball. It's not that easy.
Yep. That's right.
And so I appreciate all of our listeners, darn near 300 strong throughout tonight. Thank you so much to our sponsors as well, Pennrose Carwash, Kooler Ice, Rockingham Update, and Ancora, Compassionate Care. We've been doing this for 3 years now. They've been with us since the start.
Yep.
They haven't faltered. They've been there when we needed them to keep going. And for that, I'll be forever appreciative because this is what we love to do.
Yep.
This is what we love to bring sports to you if you can't make it, and to those that want to hear their team. So we're very appreciative to our sponsors. Guys, thank you so much for stepping up. We've done over 60 games this year alone. Over 60, and guess what? Baseball season is right here. We've done some already. We look forward to digging in even further throughout the baseball season across Rockingham County as well as softball. So stay tuned for that. And again, thank you all. You make it happen, so thank you for listening in on this very important game. One we'll all remember because Reidsville cemented their legacy. 60 straight wins. Reigning, defending state champions. From Lawrence Joel Veterans Memorial Coliseum one last time, I'm Joe Dexter alongside David Woods and Jonathan Hatley. Be safe. The Reidsville Rams are state champions. Have a good night, everybody. That sounds good.
Thanks for listening to Reidsville Rams playoff basketball on RoCo Radio. Tonight's broadcast was brought to you by our wonderful sponsors, whose passion is to highlight the student athletes on the hardwood, as well as the coaches that make an impact on their lives on the court and in the classroom. Tonight's game was brought to you by Pennrose Carwash, voted #1 car wash in Rockingham County. Pennrose Carwash at 1509 South Scales in Reidsville has been serving the Reidsville and surrounding area for over 50 years. Established in 1970 by well-known entrepreneur Leo Rentz, this popular venue welcomes everyone. Pennrose Carwash, open 24/7, and find us on Facebook, celebrating our 55th anniversary. Pennrose Carwash, voted #1 Rockingham County Car Wash, 3 years in a row. Tonight's game is brought to you by Kooler Ice. Looking for a fresh ice and water option that's ready when you are? Kooler Ice is countywide. Find fresh ice and water at Little Caesars Pizza in Mayodan at 6734 NC 135 across from Walmart. Or visit our Kooler Ice dispenser at Shule's Home, 1635 Freeway Drive in Reidsville. And for all your ice and water needs, you can also find us at Pennrose Carwash in Reidsville at 1509 South Scales or Two Rivers Plaza in Eden at 307 West Meadow Road. Get Kooler Ice, great tasting, fresh ice, available 24/7 at all 4 locations. 16 pounds or 32 pounds, plus premium water by the gallon or 5 gallons. At Kooler Ice, fresh and ready when you are. Tonight's game is brought to you by Ancora Compassionate Care, formerly known as Hospice of Rockingham County. Their name changed in late 2023, but they're the same community-based, mission-focused hospice and palliative care provider the community has known since 1987. Providing specialized care for those coping with serious illness, Ancora's mission is to be a supportive presence for life's journey. When greater comfort and support matter most, choose Ancora Compassionate Care. They'll always be there because they've always been here. To learn more about how Ancora can support you, visit AncoraCC.org. Just as they are a supportive presence for life's journey, Ancora Compassionate Care is proud to support the Reidsville Rams on their postseason journey. Tonight's broadcast of Reidsville Rams basketball is brought to you by our friends at Rockingham Update, the community source for local programming, government meeting coverage, community events, promotion and broadcast, sports, local nonprofit news, and so much more. Providing digital community news on all platforms since 2007, RockinghamUpdate.com aims to serve Rockingham County with the dependable information and coverage it deserves. For local programming, visit RockinghamUpdate.tv, your #1 IPTV station in Rockingham County. Thanks for listening to our local coverage of high school athletics here on RoCo Radio and for your continuing support alongside our sponsors. I'm Joe Dexter, alongside the broadcasters here on RoCo Radio. Thank you so much for all you do in our community to make local sports better and for being supporters of our great athletes in our community. Take care, and we'll see you next time on RoCo Radio and RoCoRadio.com.